shot out of a cat, and I'm ready to go.
Me
I'm ready
too.
to go.
Let's
go. This week, it's going to be amazing.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Uh-huh. It's that kind of optimism, I think, that St. Louis looks forward to.
Definitely.
When I crack this microphone open.
And they know they're going to get it from Scott Rizzuto.
What positive thing is this guy going to say this morning? Because I want to start this day off.
Really?
With just positive affirmations. I'm good enough. I'm smart enough. What's going on in the world that's good? All this negative. Hey. Positivity. That's how we operate.
It's your calling card.
Mm-hmm.
Scott, positivity.
Ray of sunshine.
Rizzuto.
He's positive. Might want to get tested.
Well, yeah, positive for positivity.
Yes, that's right.
Hey, the whole team's back together. Moon returns from a West Coast trip. San Diego, Still there?
San Diego's still there.
Still there.
And still gorgeous.
San Diego. It's Wells Vagina.
Never been?
Anaheim. Oh, San Diego's the best.
Never. My wife was there 2 weeks ago.
In San Diego?
Yeah.
Did she say,
she said it was,
I'm not coming back?
She said it was very nice.
I was hanging with some Rizzo fans out there, and I said, and they're actually from Southern Illinois, and I said, man, you guys are just living it, huh? Like, how's it going? And they said, oh, it's great if you hate money.
Well, I heard you and Scott talking about California before the show, and you're both like, California. Why do I live here?
I was saying that to Tim yesterday. I go, can we move to California? And he's like, oh, God, the taxes. I go, the taxes are everywhere. I'm sick of this crap.
Well, and you put it the exact correct way. Yeah, it's 40% more to live out there. Like, you need to make 40% more to live the same lifestyle you would live here.
Sure.
In Missouri. I've done the math.
Yeah.
I've done the math. But you pay for the convenience.
You pay for the convenience. You're paying for the sunshine. You're paying for everything.
Call it a sunshine tax there.
It definitely is.
Learn.
Nothing in this life.
Call it a live by the ocean tax.
Yeah, man. I'm fine. I don't need much. I don't got no kids. Just give me a nice bed.
Oh, California. Let me make love to your shoreline. I don't know.
Yeah. Those dirty beaches with needles everywhere. Let me make love.
No, that's the New York side.
Oh, okay.
Listen, I lived in Orange County for a short while, and I've obviously been working in showbiz forever and ever. So I've had plenty of time out there, and it's not California that's calling me so much.
What's the call? It's California.
No, it's not the call. It's the push. It's these winters. I'm like, they're not even that bad of winters, but the older I get, each winter that goes by is just kind of shoving me a little bit. It's just going. You don't want this. You don't want this winter. This isn't fun.
I mean, you don't like when it's, 3 degrees out, or when you leave to go to work, your outside temperature on the car says it's in the negatives.
Yeah, I don't even know.
You don't love that?
I don't even know if it's the temperature that bothers me. I think it's just, and I hate to be this dude, but I'm admitting.
But what about all the great skiing? No, we don't have a lot of skiing around here. I was about to say, if it's cold, it should be cold for a reason. Like if you live in Vermont. Mm-hmm. Like, it's cold. You've got a lot of great mountains.
It makes sense.
Right, yeah.
If you live in Colorado.
Yeah, you're doing things.
It's cold. Yeah, you got all these gorgeous ski resorts.
And that's it. It's not, I don't think it's the winter. I think it's the seasonal, what is it? Seasonal
affective disorder.
Affective disorder. That's what it is. And it's on me, too. It's not just the winter. It's on me, too. It's the fact that, like you said, if you're in Colorado and it's winter, you're going outside.
You go skiing.
You're going outside. You're still seeing the sky. You're still seeing outside. Like,
still hiking. You're still doing it.
It's cold here for no reason.
And I don't go outside. I just hibernate, and that's not good for me. And again, that's half my fault. But at the same time,
I feel like this is a city that shouldn't be cold. There's cold for no reason here.
I agree.
Yeah, it's not a California pull. It's a California. It's a Missouri push. It's a Missouri push.
Let's put in a beach right downtown to see if it warms it up.
And I'm just being honest. I don't even like that. I don't even like that about me right now.
Yeah, I feel like this is a city that has no reason to be cold. Like, it should be... the coldest it should get is 32 degrees, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I co-sign it. Yep.
Like, that's it. That's the low end.
We don't need to be, like, driving on snow and acting like we're offended by the cold in St. Louis.
We're right in the... we're in the middle. So, I get why Chicago's cold, because it's north.
It's a windy city.
That's an angry cold.
That's an angry cold.
Yeah, that's
That
a different
sucks.
kind.
Angry cold.
Well, in Chicago, you don't want to be outside anyway.
No.
That's good for safety reasons. Not to be outside.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, man,
Chicago needs the winter?
I read something about Chicago, and we'll get to. So you were in San Diego, lovely. Rafe was in the opposite. Peoria.
That's the San Diego of Illinois.
That's right.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's what it's called. It's tagline.
It was cold. I'll tell you what, I was telling Tina this. It's wild how much colder it gets just a couple hours north. Because it was like the wind in the open plains of the central Illinois is like, I drove up there in like a windbreaker feeling good and then was just getting cut to the bone, dude. I mean, by the time I pulled into the hotel in Peoria off the river, it was slicing. Like you walk around the corner of a building and it was like cold.
Did you get that feeling when you crossed over into Peoria? Like the one I felt a couple weeks ago when we were up there. You crossed the bridge and you go, here we are, and it just was it empty? Was it an empty city or was it hustling and bustling?
Hustling, bustling was not the word I would use because it was cold. I went to the Richard Pryor statue. I went down and visited the waterfront. And it was not crowded. So wasn't a line. Got to spend some time alone with Richard. That was nice. I mean, it like you could tell that it like was a cool city at one time, and like it was a nice little city. There was like the little riverfront area clearly had been redone and gentrified and all that stuff. Like nice little restaurants with cool names like Time, THIME, and YME, and then we went to a little 70s bar down there called Matilda's, where it looked like your grandma's basement. It was really cool.
That was cool.
They had Forrest Gump playing on a console TV that worked somehow.
That main strip there, is it Jefferson?
Washington.
One of the presidents. I don't know. One of them. But it was pothole alley.
I feel like infrastructure's crumbling everywhere. Everywhere I go, I feel like it's just cones and those big trash barrel looking orange and white.
Boy, there are some tire killers around town here. Oh boy.
Yeah. I did hear, as I crossed the bridge into Peoria, though, I did hear the song from Major League, the Randy Newman song. Somehow. I know it's not Cleveland, but it felt like Cleveland City. There's what's the song he sings, Moon? He's like, there's a slow boat rolling down the Cuyahoga River. I could hear the sad Randy Newman song as I drove into Peoria, and I know I wasn't supposed to hear that, but in my head, that's what I was hearing. I was thinking of you. I was just like, yeah, I bet he hated this.
I did. Well, in both your situations.
I'll be back April 12th, Peoria.
Oh, you're going back? Oh,
Got a little taste of something they like.
Unless
back,
he set
baby.
something else up.
Going back. Peoria loved me. They're like, we got to have this guy back. He's spoken so highly of.
Were the Goldfinger shows excellent?
Dude, they were spectacular. Always, I mean, LA is, so we played Anaheim, which is next to Disneyland. They moved, actually, the House of Blues, like a few blocks down. It's a great venue, but the LA shows they're always like home shows. So they're crazy packed. Backstage is always a cluster, if you will. But a happy cluster, because it's all friends. It's all, it's a hometown show for the band. And it was excellent. I thought of you because, you never know who's going to join us on stage.
Right.
And you hate it when people join us for Superman, which is obviously the biggest song, the big single. Nobody joined us for Superman this time.
So, I always get mad when Moon comes back and goes, hey, came up and sang, Superman or, Here in My Bedroom was, Tony Hawk came and sang. I'm like, oh, man, I pay a ticket to go see my favorite song sung by my favorite band, and somebody else is singing it.
Yep.
You're the only one who feels that
Not the
way.
only one, I'm sure.
I understand what you're saying, but in this case, when Superman is sung by Tony Hawk himself, it's pretty much the coolest thing ever. Because it puts
Says
the
the
video
guy.
game
All comes
and the
together.
song,
Says the guy that's in the band.
everything comes together. Get out of here.
Not the guy
dude.
that's
I
going
like
to pay
it.
for a ticket.
And he can sing, and
Because
it's amazing.
I like it because that's what you do pay for. I don't want the same show every time. I want there to be a little cameo.
Yeah, and in
punk rock.
LA, an LA Goldfinger show is basically who's going to come out. It kind of becomes a fun thing. Last time it was Avril and Tony and
Avril.
We're on a
Avril.
first-name
Our first
basis.
name.
Avril Lavigne.
Okay. It could have been Avril Smith. It could have been Avril Olsen. I don't know.
Could have been Avril
who?
from
I don't know who
Goth
we're talking
Talk.
about.
That's
just-
Israel.
I guess it is
Avril-
convenient to be on a
Avril
first name basis with people who have a name that no one else has.
I've just told you.
Look,
Avril Olsen,
we
Avril
want to
Smith,
be cool too.
He's just jealous.
Avril Lipschitz. I don't know which
Heck
one
of
you're
a
talking
singer.
about.
She completely denies us.
Avril Lavigne. Oh.
All right.
Oh.
Welcome back. I love it here.
I love it here.
The Missouri push.
We're pushing him west.
But good shows, though, huh?
Yeah, it was good. This time it was Joe Manganiello. came
Joe
out,
Manganiello.
but he did
Joe.
not sing Superman. He sang Enter Sandman, and it was awesome.
Oh, so the Metallica Enter
Full
Sandman.
on Enter Sandman came out for an encore, and he joined us. Oh, and Spencer from Ice Nine Kills, and they are freaking killing it right now. And aren't they coming to town?
I think they're opening up for somebody.
They were just
Or
here with
they
Metallica.
playing. Are they at the factory?
They're coming back.
Yeah,
Factory.
I thought it was,
Factory.
it was a point show.
Maybe with like Ghost or something.
No, I think they're themselves.
That
They're with
dude,
themselves.
that dude rules. He
They're
did.
with themselves. Of course they are.
He did Linoleum from NoFX with us, and Hefe from NoFX came out and played guitar. So it was like
Dang, that's
super,
fun.
yeah, super fun. So that was for you, Riz. We didn't want him to ruin one of
Good,
our
thank you.
songs, so we did a cover.
Thank you. Rafe, any special guests to do any of your jokes?
Yeah, the stopped by. Oh, sorry, the weekend. No one stopped by to do any of my jokes. I'm trying to think of. We barely had audience stop by, so
Nice.
we were happy to have that.
That's a good start.
We were happy to have
Barely
that.
had an audience
Nice.
stop
So
by.
we were real happy about that. No, the shows were good. The Peoria came out for Mr. Todd Berry. Todd's he's an interesting guy to tour
Yes.
with.
I don't know. We may have had him on before. He may
Have you?
he may have been on this show before. Todd Berry, you remember him? Old bald guy.
Todd Berry.
I think so.
He's been doing it a long time, man.
He's,
Looks like
uh,
Fandango.
He's looks like Donnie Fandango, very much so. Curmudgeon-y.
Very curmudgeon-y, yes.
I think we
Understatement.
It sounds
I'll tell you,
familiar.
He's in The Wrestler. We
We've had a
mentioned
lot
The
of guests.
Wrestler last week when we were talking about the Oscars, and then Todd hit me up out of nowhere. We manifested it. We didn't kill him. We got me work.
I'll tell you what.
So there's a reverse Riz curse.
Nice.
You're hanging out with Todd Berry. You're hanging out with Sofia Vergara's ex, Joe Manganiello, star of Magic Mike 17
and Pee Wee Herman.
and Pee Wee Herman. Yeah, that's
so
right.
cool.
Yeah.
I got to hang out with Eddie Munster. That's right.
Oh,
Awesome.
nice.
Look at you having a weekend.
Mr. Butch Patrick. Got to meet him
Two first names.
Where'd you meet him at?
at the
The
Blues
two
game.
first names.
At the Blues game.
Was it a meet and greet you paid for?
I'm not going to say.
Okay.
Somebody said, "Would you like to meet Butch Patrick?" And I said, "Who would say no to that?"
Exactly.
And then he said, that will be $50.
No, I got a picture for free.
All right.
First off, I want to thank the Riz Show listeners out there. I do. Because I went to the Blues game on Saturday night with my father-in-law. My in-laws were in town. We were watching I don't know, hockey highlights from something, and he had mentioned, hey, I've never been to a Blues game. I said, that changes tomorrow.
That changes. Wait, when's the next game?
Tomorrow. I looked at the schedule. Oh, Blues tomorrow. Blues, Kings, Enterprise. It's their last game home for 2 weeks. I said, psh, serendipitous. Let's go. I'll get his tickets. We will go to the Blues game. He is a Ranger fan through and through. He is. My wife comes from a hockey family, so I get tickets for Saturday night's game. We roll down there, and quite impressed with Enterprise Center. He's a man who's very hard to impress. Quite impressed with our hockey facility. And as we're walking in the corridors, a bunch of Riz Show listeners coming up and asking for pictures and stuff, making me look good
That's
in
right.
front of my father-in-law.
Plants.
Look at you go.
The plants were worth it.
Did your father-in-law hold the camera for a photo? Because that's a big
He
deal.
didn't. He
Okay.
didn't.
All right.
I just played it off like, oh, no big thing.
This happens all the time.
He goes, this happened a lot ago. It never happens. But in fact, some people even came up to our seats to pay tribute. Can I take a picture?
Nice.
I said, hang on, Michael, another fan.
Wow.
Hang on, Pa.
Made me look good, so thank you guys.
That's wonderful news.
Blues gonna win?
They did. It was a great game.
Nice.
Made me look good in front of my father-in-law. We're always trying to impress our in-laws, aren't we?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
And that's how it should be.
Yes.
Wink,
The
wink.
respect. I always want to look good in the eyes of my father-in-law.
It's hard to do.
I want him to know that, yes, that once blue-haired fellow with the weird tattoos and the piercings that you didn't like at first, yes, he proved you wrong.
By the way, I wasn't winking at you. I was winking at my son-in-law.
Oh. I figured you weren't winking at me.
Yeah, okay. Just making sure.
I think you were making eyes at me.
I just wanted the listeners to make sure that I wasn't winking at my in-laws, but my son-in-law.
Yeah, the one that that took your daughter 1,000 miles to the middle of the country. Yes, where we tip cows, which is what people think we do out here
Yeah.
in Missouri.
Well, sometimes they do.
Yes, we're good. We're good. I took him up to the radio booth.
Ooh, Chris Kerber.
Went to go see Chris Kerber.
Dang.
I said, hey, want to see a special place not a lot of people get to go? I said, all right, let's go. And my son was with one of his buddies, so the four of us went upstairs to the radio booth. Mm-hmm. Chris was up there.
With his dog?
The dog was not there. Cam
No,
Jansen was up
bummer.
He's
there.
hanging out with Eddie Munster.
And we're up there hanging out, and the door swings open. I go, is that Eddie Munster?
Oh, he was?
Did he have a cloak
That's
on?
where it was?
Yeah.
Recognize
Get out of here. I thought this was a separate story.
No.
me too.
I go, I think that's Eddie Munster. And Chris goes, hey, you want to meet Butch Patrick? I go, yeah, I do. I do. And he introduced him as Eddie Munster, by the way, which I thought was a little strange.
Riz? Eddie.
Especially
This
since
is
he didn't
Eddie
have a
Munster.
widow's
Eddie
peak.
Riz.
Gosh.
Is that weird? A little bit?
No, that's fine. That's what he's most known
But
for.
that's not his name.
Did he do anything
That
else?
was
No.
70 years
Exactly.
ago.
He was a child.
And I handed my father-in-law the phone. I go, take a picture of us. Like I was a little starstruck.
Yeah. I think I just assumed he was Robert Patrick and the lead singer of Filter's dad.
That's fine.
In my brain, Butch Patrick, that's a Hollywood family.
That's a Hollywood family.
Yeah.
So you got Richard Patrick from Filter, Robert Patrick, the T1000
Yes,
from.
and father Butch Patrick, Eddie Munster. Because if you look at Robert Patrick and you look at Eddie Munster, they look like they could be related.
Do they?
Yeah,
I think you may be looking for something that's not there.
I don't know, man.
Well.
Pull up a young photo of Butch Patrick and then pull up the old Widow's Peak T2 guy, and I think you'll see there might have been some lineage.
Well, so my son and his buddy, the look of confusion on their face. Mm-hmm. And my son goes, Dad, you're pretty geeked out there. I go, yeah, you know who that is? He goes, no. I said, that's Eddie friggin' Munster. Mm-hmm. And he goes, who? I go, the Munsters. He goes, what?
Get with it, kid.
I go, let me text a picture to your grandmother. She'll be excited about it. It was a show from when? When were the Munsters?
60s?
60s?
The 60s.
Like the
Yeah.
early 60s, right?
Black and white TV.
Yeah, he was born in 53. And he could have been more than 10.
Why was he there? No idea.
He lives in Alton or something.
Does he?
Yeah, I think so.
No
He
way.
lives in Illinois. Yes.
does?
Why?
Yes.
Don't put that evil on him.
No.
Just kidding.
Where does Butch Patrick live?
He lives in Illinois?
We have a celebrity that's living here?
Guys, he lives in, what is it?
I don't know. You tell me.
Geneseo? I
Better
don't know
not
how to
be
pronounce
Peoria,
it.
or I'm gonna be pissed.
Geneseo.
New York?
No,
that's-
Illinois.
I'm not seeing the
Used to live
resemblance here.
there. He moved to Hollywood.
Okay.
Okay.
And let's see. Now he lives possibly in Macon, Missouri.
Okay.
In an
Mike.
1875 Victorian mansion, just as you would hope.
He lives in an 1865 Victorian mansion?
Yes, he does.
He lives in Macon? That's near Shelbina.
This is your people.
Didn't Rob
He's probably
Zombie
been in
try
my
to
Casey's.
reboot that?
Yeah, he tried to do a movie.
He did do a movie.
I think it came
Well,
out.
yeah, he tried to do a movie. He did a movie, and it was not.
Very good.
It did not do well. I think it went straight to one of the streaming services, and kind of we forgot about it. But we're not allowed to talk about it, actually.
Yeah. Or else Captain Spaulding comes up and kills you in the night.
But,
so.
yep, Butch Patrick got Manganella beat.
Oh, does he?
So now if I
I
mention,
don't know. I saw photos of Manganello and Butch Patrick side by side, and I got to tell you, Daddy Manganello is looking
hey,
dude.
by the
red
way,
hot right
from
now.
now on, if I mention the name Butch, just assume it's Patrick. Okay.
And if I say Joe, it's Manganello.
Okay, well,
Joe is ripping out. His arms are bigger than my torso.
yeah.
Dang. Original Munsters was canceled because ratings dropped due to competition from what giant
The Addams Family.
Adam's family.
60s? You're in the right ballpark. It's something that we've all seen episodes
Bewitched?
Yogi Bear.
of.
Gilligan's
More,
Island.
think more heroic.
Batman.
Batman.
Oh, the Adam West Batman.
ABC's
Yeah,
Adam
Adam
West
West.
Batman got the Munsters canceled. The
Damn it.
ratings
That's right.
dropped.
Butch Patrick hates Adam West.
Yeah,
Hey.
dude.
No wonder.
Speaking of child actors, and this weekend, I learned something that I did not know. You guys probably did. But I've talked to this dude before because we played with the Ataris multiple times, and they were direct support on these shows. And I was talking to Brian, their guitar player, talked to him, like I said, before about guitars and whatever. And somebody goes, yeah, man, I still can't believe that's the Blank Check kid. And I said, what? And they go, Brian, he's the actor. He's the Blank Check kid from the
I
movie.
don't know Blank Check.
You don't know Blank
Oh,
Check?
God. It was the best.
It's a classic.
You know that, Rafe?
First of all,
It's all
Yes.
about fraud.
not only was it one thing like that you should know that all of us know
Is that
anyway,
Giamatti?
but it's also coming back into the
Ether?
yeah, because it's on Disney. I guess it's it's an old Disney movie, and it's on the Disney Channel, and people are watching that, or the Disney app, and people are watching it and saying that it like did not age well at all.
Tone Loke's in
Oh,
it.
Like
that's
people are
hilarious.
talking about how that movie is like, whoa, there's some weird things that happen in that movie. Like I guess he like goes on he's like a 10-year-old in the movie, and he goes out on like a date with like a 40-year-old or a 30-year-old or something, and there's like a kissing scene maybe. Am I getting this
What?
wrong?
No. Like an accident happens and
okay.
they accidentally give him a blank check to like get this kid out of there because I think there's some sort of crime. And because
remember that.
he didn't fill it out, he decides to put
He puts
$1 million.
$1 million, yeah.
And the dude gets a house. I just remember he has a water slide. I think this is the same one. This could also be Richie Rich. A water slide from like his bedroom to a pool, and I thought this is luxury.
Yeah.
Like this is all I've wanted.
Dude,
in life.
it was the
Oh, you're
dream
talking
come
Brian,
true movie.
Brian Bonsall.
Yeah.
Right. He was in Family Ties.
Yes, he was the youngest
He
kid
was
in Family
Andy,
Ties.
Andy Keaton.
Right, yeah. So he's the guitar player for Ataris. Has been for a couple of years. Like I said, we
Yeah,
played
yeah.
a lot of shows together, and I never put it together.
Really rad.
But yeah, like that's an interesting story.
I
'cause,
assumed
you know,
it didn't age well because $1 million would not buy any of that stuff today.
Right.
It was 94.
94. I think I may have been a little too old.
Yeah, I don't remember this. I kind of vaguely remember it being in the.
I think I remember the movie name. I don't remember seeing the movie.
Yeah.
It was one of those like, an adult would never.
It's essentially
watch it.
Brewster's Millions for a kid. That's what it seems like.
Right.
Plot wise. I'm reading the plot, and it just seems like he's just spending money.
Yeah, it was fun, but that was something that I learned over the weekend.
Brian Bonsall, right? Bonsall?
Yeah,
Is that how you
so.
say his last name? Yeah, I think he's had
Bonsall.
his issues with
Yeah,
the law, too.
kissing controversy.
Not
you're
for a
right.
long time though.
Not for a long time.
The appropriateness of a scene depicting a kiss between Preston and Shay near the end of the film has been called into question. Particularly with Shay's job as an agent with the FBI, Brian Bonsall was 11 years old at the time of filming, while she was 31.
That's right. That's what it was. That's what it was. And it's like it's kind of coming back.
Did she ever coach the Patriots?
But hey, maybe people are watching it again. He can get a
My
little bit of
man.
residuals.
So that was my Saturday. Sunday, I was scammed by the Girl Scouts.
Oh, no.
Too many Thin Mints.
No, and I tell you what, this is what a great piece of. I know. The reason the Girl Scouts sell the cookies is what? They learn about,
Make no
Commerce.
living.
commerce and business and stuff like that. This little girl played me outside of a grocery store
Oh, nice.
on Sunday afternoon. She got me.
She saw your weakness. She said, get over here.
Well, they set up by the door, okay, at the grocery store.
Which is better than setting up, by the dumpsters or behind the store.
Yeah.
Or
Yes.
Point, good
Lesson one, be in front of the public.
Yes.
yeah.
So they got that.
I mean, right when you walk in, there's no space. Like you have to walk past them.
Oh, they're on the inside.
No, they're outside.
Okay.
But I mean, literally, the door swings open, and I'm surprised it's not hitting the table. Like
right.
you have to walk by them.
Perfect place.
So I'm with my daughter, and she goes, hey, my idiot brother ate all my Samoas. These are her exact words. Actually, she used the words, fat-ass idiot brother.
What?
It really is your child.
Wow, man. And you said,
I'll reward you.
yeah. You said, here, let me buy you something.
Yes, that is what happened. So she goes, hey, can you buy me a box of Samoas? I said, sure, honey. Anything my princess wants. Excuse me, girls, I will take 1 box of Samoas.
Okay.
I said, how much is that? And it was $6. I said, I have a 20. I said, you know what? Let's get 2 boxes of Samoas. 1 for you and 1 for your fat-ass idiot brother.
Cute.
And I said, that is now $12. And I gave over the 20. And they had a bag, like a money bag. And she was rooting through and rooting through and rooting through for change and rooting through. And I said, just keep it. Just keep the 20.
Yeah.
Oh.
Your impatience is getting the best of your bank account. What?
She's probably nervous.
Yeah, she probably didn't know how to do the math, dude.
Nah, you
Change
got
is hard.
grifted.
I got grifted.
I agree.
And I walked in.
The old dig around at the bottom of the bag.
I'm like, I got.
I've done this at the merch
I
station.
got. And you know what? I applaud the Girl Scouts in America because this is what you need to be teaching the girls.
Scam.
It's you know what? It's not a scam.
Oh.
It's not a scam because I wasn't ripped off.
No, you could have.
I could have waited.
You could have strong armed.
This is on
got
you.
your money.
I could have waited. This is not a scam by any means.
Yeah, Rafe.
Huh?
No, I got. Yeah, maybe a grift.
Listen,
A grift is not necessarily a scam. I got.
That's good.
This girl read me immediately.
Yeah.
This guy is impatient. This guy's wants to go into the store for a couple things and get the hell out of there.
That might be the best place to set up is the exit for a grocery store. Because I don't know about you,
yeah.
but by the time I am out leaving a grocery store, I am ready to be home. I want to eat what I just picked up.
Wrong.
All I'm thinking about is getting out of there.
No.
You're hungry.
Yep.
Well, what did I do? Eat in the grocery store? You're still hungry when you left.
No.
And now I want to go home, so I'm more impatient.
There's been studies done that when you go to a grocery store hungry, you're buying a lot more.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know.
You're buying a lot more. They got it right. I think it's right.
You're also in the place. You're in the mindset of spending money on food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your brain is there. You're like, I'm buying food anyway. This is just adding to my grocery list. It doesn't feel as impulsive. It doesn't feel, and the guilt takes away a little of the guilt of buying sweets because you're probably already walking out with something in there you're not supposed to have anyway. You just walked past all this stuff at the store where you're like, I shouldn't buy those Entenmann's donuts. I'm trying to lose a couple. And then fate intervenes, and it's a child. You get to feel good about it.
Yeah, and she had that
It's
little
a
money
racket.
purse, and she's in there, and she's with her little finger, she's going through all the bills.
Oh, dude.
And I'm like,
Just keep it.
Ain't nothing in that bag.
and all the scout leaders are staring at me.
She got her grifting badge.
Yep.
And I'm like, just keep it.
They were ironing on as you were leaving the store.
Just a picture of somebody playing 3-card Monte on a patch. And they just
keep
put
it.
it in our little brown sash. Yeah, she puts, I guarantee if you sat in your car and staked her out, that move's being played.
That move is played all the
The
time.
old digging around at the bottom of the bag.
As soon as you're gone, she finds the $8 and puts it in the pocket.
Yeah. Or hands it to
I'm
one of
not
the
going to
counselors.
say she stole, okay?
I didn't say she stole. That was a tip. You tipped $8.
To the Girl Scouts. There's one dad that has been making the rounds virally on social media with the headline, Dad calls Girl Scouts a scam that relies on child labor to sell cookies. Now, this is
What?
a bit too much. Listen, Girl Scouts, one of America's most cherished traditions. They sell cookies every year. They're everywhere now. Like this weekend was the weekend.
You said this is a dad that said this?
This is a dad. That
Oh,
says
okay.
this.
This is this is somebody that's doing it for attention. Because any dad knows that every kid is being used to sell something. I don't care what it is. Candy bars, you're selling for the football
Boy
team.
Scouts, we
for
sell
Boy
popcorn.
Scouts, it's popcorn. I mean, come on, man. As soon as these kids are 5 and they're sent into the school system, we're fundraising something. These kids are bringing something to sell.
Yeah, I was at Wildwood Town Center. So at the Deerbergs, the girls were set up over there. Across the street at the Walgreens, the girls were set up there. You couldn't throw a rock and not hit a table with Girl Scouts selling cookies. And I tried. I tried to throw rocks.
And it's a great product. How are you going to complain? This guy sucks.
One dad whose kid has become involved in the organization isn't quite so enthusiastic about the cherished tradition and doesn't understand why other parents don't see what he sees. The dad called Girl Scouts a scam that relies on child labor to sell cookies. He says, how do parents look at Girl Scouts and don't think it's a scam? We are naive. We're naive to the whole thing just going into it. We just thought it would be a decent hobby to try out. This dad's not buying the whole thing. He thinks the whole thing reeks of graft and is mystified that other parents don't agree. Wake up, sheeple.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you've painted this guy pretty well.
He says the Girl Scouts just a glorified child labor scheme with bad business practices.
This is why we can't have any more fun.
My kind of guy.
Let's hear him out.
He says we had to pay a good sum of money to purchase Girl Scout specific uniforms. Then there are membership dues you have to pay in order to be part of Girl Scouts in the first place. Yeah, sir, there is a cost associated with most things.
Right. This is how
I guess he's new
works.
to Earth. All the above didn't really bother me, but then we get to the cookie part. And this is him writing. Look at it from a business mindset, which I do with most things often. The Girl Scouts organization is literally using child labor to sell their product. I mean, I know it sounds bad, but let's just call it like it is. Is this dude starting to make some sense? Because those little 8-year-olds are out there hustling. As I mentioned, you can't even walk out of your local Schnucks during certain parts of the year without being bamboozled into 14 boxes of Thin Mints. It's like dealing with the mafia, guys, honestly.
But they're so cute. I mean, yeah, is it child labor? I guess, but like it benefits them. It's not like they're not reaping the
I don't know. I'm
benefits.
thinking RICO charges.
Hey, what if this?
Hey, not a bad idea.
Wait till this guy gets a son and has to walk around in the cold and put scouting for food bags out, and not for money,
Moon,
but for charity.
A green-clad mafia festooned with achievement badges. That's all I'm seeing. So the dad went on to complain that the whole thing would be far more efficient if it was just an Amazon store instead, especially since all the profits from the cookies go to the company anyway. And this is where he lost me, and for 2 reasons. 1, this is untrue, and 2, it's dumb. Parents by the Girl Scouts felt like this dad was misinformed and missing the point of this whole thing. If I'm wrong, correct me, please. The money they raise stays local, right?
I don't remember. Sounds right.
Sounds right, because they have to hit a profit. You know, they have to hit a certain level, don't they? For their troop.
From what I, it's like fundraisers for the local organizations, right? The local troops. It's not some, evil corporate overlord, Girl Scouts Inc. pocketing your Samoa money.
Right.
Inside that big mansion.
Riding off into the sunset, twirling their long mustaches. Got them again. The Girl Scouts website says net proceeds from Girl Scout cookie sales stay local with the organizing council and troop to fund Girl Scout activities and impactful girl-led community projects year-round.
Yeah, this article as of 22 says that all the proceeds from Girl Scout cookie sales stay local. It's a major part of the 5 skills that Girl Scouts learn from selling cookies, which is goal setting, decision making, money management, people skills, and business
Right.
ethics. They create a budget to fund experiences that they get to share as a troop.
Right, yeah. They teach girls everything from, social to entrepreneurial skills.
Yeah, man, and the camps and
like
all
STEM, art, great.
exactly all the stuff that the Scouts do, Boys and Girl Scouts, like it costs money.
I'm fine with it.
It costs money, and the dues are not that much. We were doing Scouts just a couple of years ago, and it was not bad. And your kids can get a lot out of it if you're in the right group, you're in the right troop. Like it's a great thing.
Scott in instant feedback says you guys should do some research into the heavy metal content. Oh, heavy metal, hell yeah. Heavy metal content of the Girl Scout cookies. They're actually incredibly bad for you.
Oh, yeah. Joe Rogan was saying this weekend.
It came out. There was a news article last week about it.
Yeah, there was a news article last week.
I wonder where this guy got that.
Let's see. Which podcast
there was a news article about it last week, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if we want to throw stones at anything, let's start with all the food that we're eating. Like, don't just single out the Girl Scouts about whatever content is in there. Look at what you're eating everywhere.
Well, listen, I know Joe Rogan talked about it too, but there was an article that he got it from.
Sure.
Absolutely.
There's just never been a part of me that bought a box of Girl Scout cookies.
For health reasons.
Good for me.
Yes, exactly.
Cookies are good.
You've made your choice. Get out of here.
And that was going to be my point. Nobody's buying them for health reasons.
Right.
Processed boxed cookies. Not great for your body.
What?
Well, I mean, there's degrees to how bad they are. Listen, I could clear a sleeve of Thin Mints, or I could smoke crack.
Yeah.
Both are bad for you.
You don't have to buy
One
them.
is way more fun. I don't know.
Right.
The Thin Mints.
One is way more fun. So I don't know.
Good point.
You tell me which.
They both get you high and give you energy.
Yeah, I want some Samoas right now.
Well, I got 2 boxes at home.
Oh, you do? Thank you. Bring some.
Well, I do want to applaud the little girl that got me outside the Deerbergs.
She did the merch move on you, man.
She really did. And as soon as I got the cart to go start doing my shopping, it hit me. I go, this.
That's why they're $6.
It's when they do like T-shirts are $25, right? They're gonna get you because you're gonna have $40. You're gonna have a 5 on you, and then they're gonna dig. This is the merch move, dude. Like, it's either buy another piece of merch or you just say, keep the change. She got you. She was digging around in a bag full of just like wadded up paper.
And then it's also, you're really going to be a cheap bastard and not donate the rest of the organization. You're going to wait till she digs through a little change bag.
Right.
Fine.
You don't want to look like that.
Yeah, you'll never see a $50 hoodie. It's $55.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. I get it. And you know what? You got me this year, Girl Scouts. Fine.
See you next year.
See you next year. I'm done. Don't come to my door anymore.
No,
That's it.
you're not.
They'll be going
done.
for a couple weeks, and you will clear 2 boxes, and you will see them at the grocery store in 2 weeks, and you will do this again.
Had a
And
similar,
that's fine.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you. I had a similar moment with, but he did do it. Similar thing. Went to lunch with Todd Berry at a place, and he's very. You have some similarities. Like he likes his chicken hot on his salad. And we got lunch, and he's like, I love this server. She's very kind. Shannon, she's great. I like when people give good service. She's very bubbly. She's very kind. And when I leave a Yelp review for someone that's snotty with me, I like to drop other people's names. Be like, you can take a tip from Shannon at Time Restaurant. And I go, oh, that's great, man. And then our food came out, and she came by, and she was checking on us, and she was great. She's a great server. She was on it. She's like, hey, guys, how's everything going? Is everything tasting all right? Everything good? Chicken come out hot? And he didn't have to say anything, and he just goes, not really. Maybe next time.
Oh.
And I could see Shannon's face drop. Like, she didn't know how to, it was very awkward. She didn't know how to react because we were having a good interaction. And she's like, let me take it back and heat it up for you. And he goes, that's okay.
But was he truly
He's like very
not satisfied?
Yeah, he said the chicken was warm, not hot, and he doesn't like cold chicken on his salad. I get that, but he didn't want to let her solve the problem. And he didn't want to, and I was like, you didn't have to say that, man. Like, we had, what was the end game? There was no, you
just
weren't
to make her feel bad?
And you just got done complimenting this. She didn't hear your compliment. You complimented her to me. And then now she's walking away like, oh man, this guy's
not satisfied.
Upset, you know, and it's like that's you waiting for change. Like if you'd have waited for, he did the move where he's like, yes, I'm getting what I want out of this transaction, but I still want to throw a little barb in. Like he couldn't help himself, and I was like, oh man, you didn't have to say that. You could have just said, Yep, everything's great.
I don't know. Brent on the instant feedback brought up a great visual for me. The girl would have rooted through the change little bag, and then here's your change, and just pulled out her middle finger.
You'd have been like, would you like to join the Rizzuto show?
Daughter?
Hey, courtesy of the Girl Scouts of America.
Just flip me off. Fine.
Sir, do you mind if I give this to you all in ones? And she just holds up
congratulations.
2 middle fingers.
Yeah, she's like, hang on, I got to blow this whistle real fast.
Yep. Middle finger went right up. Here's another thing that people are talking about on the interwebs this weekend. So, man, this is an interesting little topic here. This actually got me chuckling when I read this. So, this mom, writes on one of these blogs. So call me crazy, but any parent who has more than one child at home will understand my stance on this, and why I ask people who attend my son's birthday party that you kindly bring a gift for my 5-year-old son too.
Oh, boy.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Big yikes.
This is cool.
Oh, man. Trying to think this through. Oh, man.
So I guess the kid is the son is turning 7. Okay, and she's telling people, hey, if you're going to come to my son's 7th birthday, please bring a gift also for my 5-year-old son, so he doesn't, quote, feel left out.
Okay, that's your job. I get this happens pretty often, but it's always the parent of the 2 siblings that brings an extra little gift for little Tommy who can't deal with big brother's having a birthday.
Yeah, but that's part of the parenting experience, is teaching the non-celebrated child how to celebrate for this person.
Absolutely.
Can you already imagine these kids sucking when they get older?
Oh my God.
These are my cousin's kids, dude.
Like, these kids are 7 and 5 years old. I'm already imagining them really sucking.
This is the thing.
This is a part of the process when you have multiple children. You know what I mean? Like you're dealing with the balance there, and yes, sometimes it's going to suck, and sometimes they're not going to naturally react to the situation you're hoping they do well in. But that's part of it, man. You can't just appease everything. This is somebody who wants the easy way out.
She says, when my husband and I are invited to a dinner party, which I'm assuming is not very often, we are not typically asked to bring a dish or, to pass, or a bottle of wine, but of course we do it because that's typical etiquette. And she writes, I don't think you guys get it. Regardless if it's my son's birthday or not, he still has a little brother. And most kids don't understand birthdays as an individual celebration. They just see their sibling or friend getting a gift, and of course the first thing that comes to their mind is, where's my gift? I refuse to have my child feel left out. Which is why my husband and I politely ask that when you show up to the party with a gift for our son, please bring something for his younger brother.
Oh, my God.
Parent of the Year award?
No, it just sounds like, I don't know. I don't want to crash too hard.
Oh, come on, man. That's why I brought this up. We're supposed to crash on these people because they suck, clearly.
But everybody's
and these kids are going to suck.
Everybody's trying so hard, and I think somebody just steps in and says, hey, man, maybe this isn't the right way to go about this. Maybe you're creating a monster later.
How about I bring no gifts because I'm not coming?
Or that's the lesson. You're just like, I agree with your equality. I didn't want anyone to feel worse than the other, so I brought gifts for no one.
Right.
Yeah.
Explain that to your snot-nosed kids.
This is the 1990s version of just get the iPad out and give it to them to deal with their tin per teen.
Right.
So
this is the path of least resistance.
Yes, and I understand that to some degree. Like, parents are stressed, and it is like maybe the hardest thing you ever do in a lifetime. I understand that, but asking somebody else to bring a gift also for your younger sibling, that's ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Like, I get it if you're the mom that's doing it, like, okay, I got to get Travis something because he's going to lose out. It's his brother's birthday. Like, I get that, but that's on you.
Right. And
that's
maybe
not my problem.
Listen, maybe if you got to get the kid something, hey, thanks for behaving at the party. Here's a little something for you.
Yeah. Or
here's an extra big piece of cake.
You don't even have to ask sometimes. Like, my best friend has 2 kids, and, like, chances are if I get her oldest son, like, something, if I see something that maybe her daughter would like and I'm going to the party, sometimes I'll just get whatever. And I'll be like, her daughter might want something. But you don't ask people to do that. You just maybe, like, hope that people are thinking that way, I guess, if they're extra nice, but also that's not on the guests.
Also, like, that's just what a birthday is, man. Just deal with it. Like Moon said, like, go. Your job as a parent is to teach your kids to find joy in other people's happiness sometimes, especially their brother or sister. Yes. And it's like, yeah, it's not fun, but it's like on your birthday, you get to be the center of attention.
Yeah, and your birthday is going to come around soon. And
that's
then
all birthdays are. You're making the person, I mean, it's an arbitrary thing we celebrate to make someone the center of attention once a year.
To feel special once a day.
Yeah.
Once,
to remind them, like, hey, you're
once a year.
loved. Happy birthday. Here's a little milestone. You're 1 year older. And you have to learn to, like, just be happy. I mean, if you want to do, like, a little grab bag for all the attendees, you know what I mean?
Well,
Like a lot of birthdays were like that. Like, oh, here's like a little, it's got some candy in it. It's got like a little
Always
toy.
gift bags when you went home from a birthday party, right?
Right.
Sometimes,
Yeah, sometimes no.
And if not,
Yeah, the bad birthday parties.
you're
you know?
getting
Not
cake
like
and
fun
ice
dip.
cream, man.
Yeah,
Like,
either
not
way,
a
you
bad
have the
day
fun.
overall.
No. That's a great point, Rafe. For a sibling, it's a good lesson to be happy for somebody else for a change.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's the whole
That's
point
how
of
you
it.
teach empathy and don't build a world full of sociopaths that are like, that feel like they are entitled to a present because someone else got something. You're almost inciting like jealousy, envy, and
Right,
comparison.
that's what I'm saying. These kids are going to suck when they get older.
Yeah, man. I'm with you on the negativity.
These
train on
are
this one.
these are two narcissists in the making.
No, they're kids. They're excited. They don't. It's not the kid's fault. This is not the child's fault.
Yeah, but it's eventually going to become
Yeah.
the kids.
No, it's the parents' fault if they don't correct the behavior now.
Right.
So the little kid is just wanting just everything else that the kids are having. Like, oh, my brother's having cake and presents and he's getting all this attention. It's understandable that there's that little competition, that little narcissism that's just ingrained. But if you don't
sibling
correct
rivalry,
it, you're
maybe.
screwed. Yeah, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, but it's 5-year-old. You can either give them the boom, the serotonin, the dopamine thing of like, look, every time we get together, you get something. Or you say, hey, man, here's what you're going to get today. We get to celebrate little Jimmy, your
Right,
brother.
Cake,
brother.
pal.
We could be happy for your
Yeah,
brother.
and guess what?
It's fun.
Even though it's his party, we're going to make him feel extra special, and we get cake too, man.
And we're going to play games and stuff.
And
Yeah,
honestly,
5-year-olds are stupid.
Any older
it's this
sibling
lesson or
worth their
that.
salt, this is a moment to like bond too. Like, if it was my birthday and I saw my little brothers were sad, I'd be like, hey man, why don't you play with this first? Or like give them, you know what I mean? Like, give the older sibling an opportunity to do the right thing for the younger sibling and make them feel like they're included. Let them blow out the candles or let them feel included. I used to let my little brothers blow out the candles on my cake if they were
Oh,
little.
hell no. Hell
I
no.
mean, he was like 3 years old. And like, you could tell he was like excited. He didn't know what was going on. He just knew there was cake and somebody was lighting a fire. And he wanted to, I'm like, here, spit all over the cake.
That's the worst.
So there are lessons to be gleaned here better than bring all the kids a present.
Yeah, we need to have the whole blowing of the candles on the cake thing. That needs
Oh,
to go
God,
away.
I agree. My nephew's birthday was this weekend, and we weren't there, but we saw the video, and I mean, he just blew the hell out of that cake. Oh, there's spit everywhere. I'm like, Jesus. Looked like the norovirus was the gift everybody was taking home.
Hey, now you crybabies.
I think
Then
that's
don't
what
eat
made
the
it.
cake.
That was
I won't eat
I'm
the
not
cake.
going to eat the cake.
That was the original
my own cake.
vaccine, my man. The original vaccine was
Yes.
herd immunity brought by a 3-year-old spitting all
At a
over a birthday
trampoline
cake and then
park.
giving it to 20 kids in your neighborhood.
Listen, I don't want any special treatment, but there should be an adult cake and
I
a
was
kid
just
cake.
going to say, oh, here's Uncle Scott's separate cake.
I just won't have cake.
That's what my mother does now. For like any of our birthdays, she'll put like 1 year she gave me a piece of bread, put a candle in it, goes blow on this. I'm like,
Right.
all right, cool. These are different times.
If I see it's like a sheet cake and the kid, all these little kids are hovering over and, little Johnny who's been picking his nose and that's how he blows out the candles. Oh, no thanks.
Oh, God, I had a situation the other day. Speaking of picking your nose, one of my buddy's friends, or one of my friend's kids, was picking his nose at dinner, and then later on in the dinner decided to hand me, with the same little boogered out hand, a French fry.
Oh,
And how do you say no, right?
What was extra
done.
salt?
Easy.
I did it.
No.
I had to eat it. I was like, what are we doing here? I didn't
You
wanna
ate
go-
it?
I did.
Nice.
Booger eater.
I don't know which hand it was that he actually had up his nose, but I was like, there was no sanitizer, and I just didn't want to offend him.
Where else was
What's
that
wrong
hand?
with
What kind
me?
of fry was it?
Where else was that?
I can
hand?
defend you if it was the
It
right
was like
kind
a
of fry.
steak fry.
You've been
All
like
right.
sick for 3 weeks. So
I
now I
know.
know why.
The
Little
hypochondriac.
cesspools. I love them.
Kids like little petri dishes.
I
The
know.
worst.
They're fun.
Are they?
It's fun because I can go home and there's no kids there. That's
You know
why
what?
I'm saying
I forgot. Speaking of gross, and I forgot to bring this up last week. I was talking to a buddy that never heard of the poop knife. Don't we have one here?
We did. I actually gifted it to somebody.
Who?
I gave it to Eddie Roundtree for his birthday.
Oh, there's a
From
schnook.
all of us?
Anything?
No, somebody gave it to me. That was the listener.
I thought that was
a
Chad.
weekend.
What's that schnooks thing?
The one, you talking about the one that looked
Little
like
basket.
a cake?
Yeah, I thought that was a studio poop knife.
No.
Yeah, I thought that was.
When we moved.
Right
we
up
moved
there.
off
that
There's
the-
a
was out
handle
of Jeff's
sticking out.
drawer.
No, that's not a poop. That's not a Schnucks poop knife.
I thought that was a Schnucks brand poop knife. That's what I've been using.
just like-
before. What is it?
I don't know how it got brought up, but like, there's if you go to officialpoopknife.com, was this an official? I think this
It
was
was.
an
A
official.
listener gave it to me, and then I had it for a year, and then I wasn't using it because all my toilets were fine, and then I decided to gift it to AD.
That could be used as a
Telling
poop
me
knife.
that this is not a Schnucks brand.
That's a cake cutter, Rafe.
Yep.
Well,
Not a turd cutter.
if you got soup can turds like someone in this room, it's probably what you need.
Scott,
You need something a little more heft to
You
it.
know what? You're right.
You can
I'm
saw
back
it.
in.
I always thought this was
Back
Ernst's
end?
poop knife.
Here,
That's what I
will you-
called it. I thought that's why it was wrapped in
Right
plastic.
poop knife on
Yeah, I'm
it.
gonna write poop.
okay, so this looks a bit more like a spatula
damn it.
rather than the cake.
Yeah, go to
Okay.
originalpoopknife.com.
I'm
There's like a
there,
brush
bro. I'm
without
there.
the
I'm always
bristles.
there.
Listen, we purged because we moved offices, and I thought, you know what? Nobody's using this.
First of
Let's
all,
give it to somebody who will.
Their slogan is not great. It's trusted by butts everywhere. This is nowhere near my butt. This is not near.
Well,
my
it's a result of what comes out of your
I
butt.
understand that, but like you went the wrong way.
You know,
with
there's
this.
somebody that didn't read the directions. They're trying to like
Yeah, no, you
cut
don't
that.
put that.
Like, cut
they're
it
trying
as
to
it's-
cut it as it's coming out. They're just back there chopping away, trying to
All
chop.
right, so the website says, do your friends or family poop big? Do those logs sometimes it'll help going down? Endlessly spinning poops will mock you from the toilet vortex no more.
Trusted by pipes everywhere. That's
Oh my
what
God,
you-
that's my friend Eric in the commercial that I used to do STL up late.
Oh,
with.
yeah, that's
he
right.
looks, He looks happy.
Be a samurai of the
That's
poo-poo
so
platter.
funny. I got to take a picture. Of this.
Ridiculous gag gift for friends, family, or daily necessity, you decide. Metal reinforced silicone is strong, hygienic, easy to clean, and dishwasher safe if you dare. Oh, you better not be putting that in the dishwasher. This will cut poop. Tested on the most ferocious of bog crocodiles.
Bog.
Dog
never heard that
crocodiles. I like that.
Ew. He sniffed it.
Ew.
I mean,
Curious about what an original poop knife feels like? Imagine a heavy silicone-covered butter knife. Long enough to keep your hand clear of danger in a standard depth toilet.
they don't sell any of these, do they?
They do.
They do. This has been around for a while.
I understand that, but I'm saying like a significant number because how much does this cost? Because I mean, I don't know about you guys, but
Go up to shop.
the very few times that, and I'm embarrassed to admit this because I feel like it's a waste and I'm a bad
15
person.
bucks.
Great Father's Day gift.
But-
15 bucks.
Okay, but $15 is probably right around the same price
So funny.
as like a small plunger. And I don't know about you guys, but if I use a plunger, most likely it's going in the trash because I'm just like
One use?
Yeah, I'm
It
just
is
like
so
how,
gross.
how am I supposed to clean this
You
and feel
rinse it
okay?
off in the toilet water, like
Yeah,
the
right.
fresh water.
and then
comes
and
out.
then just let it sit back in
Well,
the
you got a
bathroom.
little
and
You
then
have a little stand,
Yeah, you
like
have a
we have like a
little
little
I
little
get
thing,
it.
Closed
I got
stand.
it all too.
like enclosed.
It's still a piece of poo rubber, and it's sitting in my room.
I agree, but I also need the plunger because otherwise I'm just flooding this house. You know what I'm talking about?
But okay, and that's why I'm
What do
saying.
you go to Costco and buy like 5 at once?
No, dude, I put
The cheap ones.
So I had like a Schnucks bag in the trash can,
See?
and then I put the whoop in the Schnucks bag, and then I carry it like that, waterproof it out, and I put it in a trash can. And I always go, oh, I won't do this again. I'm gonna figure out how to clean these things, or I'm just not gonna clog the
I
toilet
even have
again.
one that with a CO2. You ever seen the CO2 ones?
Oh, those
Oh,
are
That'll blow the,
my.
like that'll blow the lines.
We don't need that. But the suction does it. I mean, come on, man.
I got one of those.
You get ripped off. Talk about getting grifted.
No, man, those are.
CO2.
You don't need that.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
hilarious.
The
Fast and the
suction does
Furious.
it.
It's a canister.
What are you eating? What are
Well,
you pooping?
you
that
know.
you need a CO2 blast.
When the poop knife is not enough,
Oh,
it'll actually
geez.
blow the lines out.
But that's
I'm
my
imagining
point.
this is a gag gift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is it costs 25 cents to make one of those things. You sell it for $15. Whoever came up with this thing is a gazillionaire.
Moon, do you buy the ones with the wooden handle with like the cheap ass ones from Lowe's?
No, because those are so big and dumb and ugly,
Oh.
and you got to keep those in the basement. You can't keep that in the bathroom. So we get the little white one with the cute, cool little canister thing that you guys are
I know,
talking
we got
about.
like a
It's so
decorative one.
cute.
You go to Humphrey's Bar downtown and you're 21 or whatever, and they'll give you a plunger shot out of those like cheap ones, and you get to keep the plunger, which is actually pretty cool.
Nice.
Yo, what? What are we doing these days?
I mean, they're clean allegedly.
Chocolate liqueur.
Ew.
Yeah, no thanks. And I feel bad because I know it's just a colossal waste, but you guys are gross.
I kind of get it, man.
It's
I think about it every time. And
it's
don't
I
do
get
it.
it. I
poo-filled
understand.
rubber, and you can't just rinse it off.
I understand, but it goes in a little canister. Like
You know what they need is one of those. Like my electric shaver has a little thing I put it in that it runs through a cleaning.
Yeah.
They need a plunger that you just
Invent
put it in
this.
a little thing where it's like
like
and
soaps it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, like with just straight up alcohol blast.
Where's
Yeah.
the AI on that? You know what I'm saying?
Soap or alcohol or something.
And then
that-
you just it has needs some kind of little self-contained cartridge that the liquid goes back into that you can dispose of without touching it.
yeah, because otherwise you put it back in the little thing, and there's going to be little drippies.
I
There's
know.
little poop particles.
I try not to think about it.
There's going to be little drippies, and then it dries, and then now you have like
I know.
dry
particle.
poo rubber particles.
And sometimes you don't even see like when it's up in the cavern. Like you don't know if the poo's still there.
And what are you supposed to do? Look?
Right.
Absolutely
not. Get my face
Get
away from
out
this
of here.
thing.
Raise it above your head and you look up.
It may have sucked everything right back into it. It may
That's
just
right.
be a chunky mess up in there. Well, nothing. It's in your bathroom. Your thing. How many uses do you think you've had on that?
How many miles are on your plunger?
On your
Yeah.
seal-
I would say
How many
the toilet
pumps?
is clogged
Yeah.
once a quarter.
You never
All right,
know.
so for a year, you probably had it for what, 6 years?
As far as I know.
We're talking about more Girl Scout cookies than you've had.
Go home and flip your plungers today and see what you find.
Take
you
a
might
sniff.
have a whole soup can lodged in there. And
Hey,
not even
don't
know
point
it.
at me. I don't have
Treasures.
soup can turds in my plungers at home. Mine are very clean.
Take a sniff. Take a peek.
No, why would
You
I
thought
do
it
that?
went down and it just got lodged in there sideways.
Well, that's the original poo knife.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
You should also get the golf ball flushing toilet. It really is a dream for those of you who clog toilets a lot
And poop golf
Hilarious.
balls.
and poop golf balls,
Yeah.
like my stepfather. Jerry was so excited that year. He has his own little bathroom off of the laundry room at my mom's house, and we use it. I mean, there's so many like
But it's
popular mechanic
Jerry's-
magazines. It's Jerry's toilet,
bathroom.
right? And when he got that damn golf ball flushing, swallowing toilet installed, you would have thought like
I'll bet you
world
Jerry
peace had
hates
happened.
that other people use his toilet.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, he does.
Does he?
He's being polite.
I don't judge
Jerry
when I go in
blasting
there.
Titleists out of his bum or
Pretty
what?
much, yeah. He's a
Longaways.
golfer.
It's good to have the option if you do.
Yeah. All right.
Were you using your plungers wrong this whole time that you needed a CO2, but you needed some sort of assistance?
This had to be an
You put the
infomercial
stick
thing.
down in there and
You go in and you trap the air bubble.
I really was trying to blow a line out once.
What else is on this
And I
poop
bought
knife
one.
website, by the way? Can you scroll
Oh, you
down?
can get hats, sock hats, socks,
Do you have any used ones
fanny
returned?
pack, sewer sticker. I'm sorry, what? Oh, it's just a poo sticker.
Poo emoji sticker.
Yeah, this is novelty, I think, right?
Yeah, it's all novelty stuff.
Emoji case.
Does anyone actually use it, is what I want to know. Is anyone out there just chopping broccoli, you know?
No,
Well,
they have coat hangers for
So that was my point. You said it was dishwasher safe. I'm not going to put this in the
No,
dishwasher.
of course.
obviously.
No,
but-
I mean
but
it
what
was
do
it was
you
tongue
do?
in cheek.
I understand that, but it's not because you're not going to buy a $15 thing and use it, which I'm assuming
I don't know if
this has
anybody's
been
really
used.
Using this.
You don't think so? I don't know, man. Some folks are putting potatoes in toilets and probably actually need this. I knew a fella, and I'm not going to name him by
Putting
name.
potatoes in
but-
toilets.
Bro, I'm
Oh.
telling you, his I don't know.
I got to go push out a Russert.
This was when he was a kid. If he didn't flush, I mean, it looked like it was like this. It was shaped like this,
Oh.
and and I was like, how are you that?
twice baked right there, my friend.
I'm like, how are you built like that?
Don't ruin twice baked potatoes.
How are the insides and outsides of you capable of this?
That's right.
That's incredible.
It looked
And we've
like a
all
po-
been there.
I've never been
Are
there.
you kidding me?
I've never put out a potato like that. Get out
sweet
of
potato.
here.
You have not
You've never had a
lived.
sweet potato turd on a
Or
bad
like a
day?
Yukon
Right.
Gold.
Talk to me about this morning, Moon.
What? You guys, the circumference was like this, like the pipe, like probably bigger than the pipe.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I got a colonoscopy coming up on Thursday, and my toilet is going to be.
Woo!
Yeah, it's going to be potato salad.
It's going to be.
Oh, God.
Oh
yes, ask
potato
me.
soup.
Can we send a video team over?
Dude, and you told me that you're doing the drink. You blew it. You should have done the pills. That was the
I asked
coolest.
to do the pills, and they said no.
Well, didn't you just make it happen? What do you mean they said no? When's the last time you took no very well?
They dug around in the bottom of a bag, and they're like, I can't find any pills.
No, I
give
got
me
a
the
gallon.
drink.
I got even my mother-in-law's like, oh my God.
That's so dumb. It's 2025.
It's the old school.
When I did it, they said you got.
I got to drink like the gallon of.
They give you
whatever.
the jug, don't they?
The jug.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, they gave me like 3 options. It was some
I got
liquid,
no options.
some other type of liquid,
And you
then
went lemon
pills.
lime, which is unfortunate.
I didn't even have that option.
You didn't?
Can you use it with ice?
What'd you get?
Yeah, you can put ice in it.
What's your flav?
It's
Lemon
lemon
lime.
lime.
Which I mean,
thought
out
you
of
said you didn't have that option.
That's awful.
No, I didn't have the option. I didn't have any other options.
Yes,
I've
you
had
did.
at least 2 colonoscopies in my life, and I've had the lemon lime, and then I've had the other, like a cherry, and the cherry wasn't good. Lemon lime is like, it sucks drinking this stuff anyway. You just chug it down.
They gave explicit instructions on how much to take, exactly when.
The pills are better.
Like start at 3 o'clock. This is how much
Right.
you drink. A little glass every so often, and I have to save some for the morning of.
Do you want to take this Rizzuto show collab
I'm not gonna need
Schnook's
it.
poop knife home? Which I'm trying to get off the ground right now.
I'm not going to need it, but I'm going to weigh myself before and after.
Yeah, we're going to bet on how much you weigh after.
Dude, that is a
Right.
good feeling, though. You're going to shed some water weight.
Yeah.
Like, just getting out. Like, starting the day at one weight and, like, being 5 pounds lighter, 6 pounds lighter by the end of the day, it's going to feel good.
You weird after anesthesia? You ever get like weepy or anything?
No.
Because that'd be interesting.
You did, wasn't it the pee thing?
I
don't know.
I had a urination problem one time,
Mm-hmm.
but
When you peed yourself?
No,
I couldn't
you
pee.
pee.
Oh.
He like froze
bad.
his
Yeah,
bladder.
it froze my bladder, and I'd have a catheter for 14 days.
I think everybody
you
gets
like?
a little goofy waking up, though. You just don't remember.
Well, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Thursday morning's the procedure.
I don't know what I did. I've only had general anesthesia once. And I was worried about it. It was late in life. I was worried I was going to say something. Because, I'm a comedian. We say outlandish things on this show, on stage. And I'm like, my brain's not filtering.
Oh, I blurted out all sorts of stuff when I was coming to.
Oh, man. I know I did, but I don't know what. Because the recovery room nurses were like, well, we all got a kick out of you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, oh, man. They seemed like they were having a good time. So apparently I wasn't waking up and saying like incendiary things.
Yeah.
I get real lovey-dovey and emotional. Like I'm always weeping after.
Going in or coming out?
No, coming out. Like I'm always like, oh God. Like Tim, the last colonoscopy I had, I was like really wanting breakfast, because you do it really early in the morning, and he's driving me to McDonald's to get the pancakes, and I'm just like crying in the drive-thru about God only knows what.
Well, get ready at the Mercy on Clarkson and Clayton, because you're in for a show on Thursday morning.
God, I'd love to just record you coming out of anesthesia.
Tell my wife. I had a camera on her face when the last colonoscopy she had.
Okay. Well,
When she got
set that
up. When she got up, I was almost nose to nose with her.
Cute.
There are a million follower
Hello.
accounts that are like just people coming out of anesthesia.
Hello.
Welcome back.
As I said, hello.
That's fun.
Yeah, when I came out of the colonoscopy, my wife was right there in my face, and I went, "Oh, hey, yo, how long have I been coming to?" And she's like, "Last couple minutes. Are you here now?" And I was like, "I'm here now. I'm here now. Yeah, I feel good."
I texted my friend Eric a picture of him in the poop knife ad, and I said, you came up on the air today, and he's like, the guy actually offered to sell our company. He works for Vet19 here in town, which is like
Which is a
the
big
novelty. It's huge YouTube channel.
Huge company.
And he said the guy offered to sell us the official poop knife to us for Vet19 to own, and we said no, thank you. It's just a spatula. So
Yeah, it is a spat. You get this at,
Pottery Barn.
you get it at Schnucks
Oh, or wherever.
in the kitchenware aisle.
Crate and Barrel. For a
Yeah,
real
but
fancy
Crate and
poop
barrel
knife.
for a fancy.
But it doesn't come
fancy
with the
one.
wrapper and
So
the sticker.
apparently
that
the
says
poop knife is
official
for sale.
Poop knife.
Oh, the whole company.
Whole
huh?
wonder how
company.
much.
Lock, stock, and barrel.
Well, this guy started the company in the hopes of one day selling it.
Reach out. I feel like this has King Scott written all over it.
Well, listen, speaking of turds, Loop Trolley news. Hello.
Hi. What's
No,
up?
good news. Good news,
good.
guys.
Oh.
Good news. Reading this on KMOV.
Opening today, 62 high. And we're
no.
ready to roll.
We will have our dear Loop Trolley through 2028. It's official. Bi-State Development has ratified an extension for the Loop Trolley. The current agreement was set to expire at the end of the year, Friday morning. This is last Friday. The organization agreed to extend the agreement for the Loop Trolley to operate through 2028. There we go. And we could take our first ride on May 1st, which we'll all do.
Heck
As
yeah.
is tradition, opening day, right?
That's right.
May 1st.
We're
Opening
going to
day.
broadcast from down there?
Not the Cardinals, opening day for the Trolley. The Trolley season begins May 1st, runs through October 26th. Boom. Free to ride.
Boom.
Operates Thursdays through Sunday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. West end of the Delmar Loop and the Missouri History Museum in Forest Park. Boom. We'll be there May 1st.
That's right.
Boom.
First in
Writing it
line,
down.
guys. Write it down. Let's go to the phones. Ken, you are going to your colonoscopy right now?
I am.
Yeah, dude.
The prep work, I didn't realize how much liquid you had to drink with your Marilax. I had to drink 2 liters of Gatorade.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you got 8 tablets of Ducalax. And I didn't get no sleep last night.
Oh, you're just going, huh?
Well, no. I mean, I just felt like when you've heard like a little gurgling sound, you're like, oh. But
Oh, no.
then it could have been a farce alarm or... But yeah,
Oh, yeah, you're paranoid.
Did you say a
yeah,
farts
by
alarm?
Farts alarm.
it kicked in pretty quick, probably within the hour when the prep started. So I'll make sure Kristen records me coming out of
Yeah, good. Yeah,
Please do.
good. Do you think you'll be crying when you get out there, Ken?
I don't know if I'll be crying, but my wife's not really been supportive because I keep calling this a surgery, and she keeps telling me it's not. It's a simple procedure. But
She's not giving you the surgery credit.
Yeah,
huh?
no sympathy.
no, I said, well, I have therapy after this, and she rolled her eyes at me. So.
Well, did they tell you to take like the gas pills? Because they tell me to take
Oh,
these
no.
gas pills.
No, they did not for me. I don't know. So.
Uh-oh, watch out.
guys-
Uh-oh. I hope they don't tell me, oh, no, you got to come back another week.
Oh no, they told me. So I got to drink this. I have to drink the stuff starting Wednesday, and they told me to take gas pills. And they told me
Okay.
which kind to buy.
You guys blew it.
What do you mean blew it?
I'm telling you,
That's
you,
what the gas
you just
pills for.
demand to have the pills. It's the easiest thing ever. There's none of this drinking crap. You don't have to hate a flavor. You don't have to pick a flavor. You just take. It's like 2 bottles, 25 pills each, and as long as you're good
I'm fine with
swallowing
pills.
pills, and then, dude, it's like clockwork. Bang, bang, bang. You're done. You go to sleep. You get up. You do the thing. It's the easiest procedure ever. Hey-oh, I'm home. 12
Yeah.
hours later, feeling good, eating Lion's Choice.
Ken,
Everything's fine.
how much weight did you lose?
Oh, I probably at least 3 pounds, I would think.
3
I try
pounds.
to eat light. I try to eat light the day before the prep.
Yeah.
Well, they tell you. They gave me specific instructions, like a liquid diet the day before.
That's a huge mistake, dude. That's a free pass.
Oh,
That's
yeah, no, I
that's a
meant,
Golden
like,
Corral
so-
hall pass, my man.
The day
Yeah,
before.
so,
The day before, it's all
like-
coming out.
Yeah.
Doesn't have time to
Yeah,
stick
like
to your
Friday
ribs.
night, I had a big meal. Saturday, I ate like just some chicken and not even the side. Then Sundays, the liquid diet with the prep. So here we are.
I don't remember the liquid diet.
Well, Ken, good luck, buddy, and hope everything goes okay.
All right, Rich Show rules.
Good
Talk
luck.
to you soon.
Ken.
Sun's out, buns
Good luck
out.
on your major surgery.
Yeah.
I don't remember the liquid diet. I don't remember doing that. Maybe I did, but like I feel like what's the point? You're gonna flush anyway. But do whatever they tell you. But you should have demanded on the.
Well, I'm going to tell you exactly what they told. I'm going to tell you exactly what they told me.
Yeah. What can you have liquid diet wise? You can still do like protein shakes and things.
Okay, here. Hang on, let me go.
I think he just meant the liquid he was ingesting.
No. He
No,
said
no.
that he's not eating any food that day. Like
I'll tell you
no
exactly
solids.
what
You're not
said.
supposed to eat the day you cleanse, right?
Yeah, you're supposed
The
to
day
have
before.
24 hours of liquid.
I think he was saying like all the liquid he was imbibing to crap out. I don't think he was doing like a liquid
3
diet.
days prior to colonoscopy, so that's starting tomorrow. Begin a low-fiber diet until your procedure has been completed. Low-fiber foods include meats, eggs, dairy products, white rice, white breads, white pastas, cooked fruits, and limited portions of well-cooked vegetables. Foods to avoid: beans, brown rice, raw fruits, raw vegetables, nuts, seeds, corn, and popcorn.
Dang it.
Okay, 1 day prior to colonoscopy, early in the morning before 10 a.m., add warm water to the fill line of the jug. Shake well and refrigerate. In a flavor pack, which was provided to you, if you wish to use it, add it to the container. Any non-red colored Crystal Light can also be used to flavor the preparation. You may wish to flavor each glass as opposed to the entire jug and pour over ice to improve flavor. You must be on a clear liquid diet the entire day, beginning with breakfast. Clear liquids include any liquid that you could see through. Examples are water, tea, black coffee, clear broth, apple juice, white grape juice, soda, sports drinks such as Gatorade, popsicles, Italian ice, and Jell-O. Do not consume any solid foods or dairy products until after your colonoscopy. Do not consume anything colored red. Avoid all alcoholic
No
beverages.
beets?
No beats.
I was going to eat a ton of those.
Start the procedure 3 to 5, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., 8 ounces of the prep solution every 10 to 20 minutes.
Nothing red?
Well, beets turn your poo red.
Remember him telling me that.
I don't think they want it to,
Well, it look cool in the
look like
lining
what?
of your colon, bro.
Can we see the photos of your colon when you're done?
Sure. Please refrain from using any
I forgot about that.
medicinal or recreational marijuana starting the evening prior to your procedure. The use of marijuana prior to your procedure will result in your procedure being canceled.
What, do they swab your beehole for cannabis? How do they know?
I don't know.
This man had a pre-roll.
Your
I
beehole,
don't know.
your beehole just looks really like a slit.
Oh, yeah, because it's so
high.
stoned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You pre-roll,
They can tell.
no beehole.
I'm going to follow exactly what they say to do. I'm not taking any chances.
The worst is when your family and everybody's eating and you can't. You just got to avoid everybody. You got to go down to your little apartment downstairs and just.
I'm going to be in
live
my
there.
little place downstairs.
Yeah.
I got my own bathroom down there. It's fine. Listen, we got to take a break. But first, and that is sponsored by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, the official sports bar of the Riz Show and home to St. Louis sports fans since 1990. From O'Fallon, Missouri, Bud Bauer is our team. Bud has been a listener to the Riz Show since the very beginning. Always feels like hanging with family whenever he tunes into the show. Big fan of all the topics and humorous stories the crew shares. Bud is excited to be part of Team Riz and is eternally grateful to the show for always being a huge part of his life. Hopes to meet the Riz crew soon at future events. Bud Bauer from O'Fallon is our Team Riz Member of the Day. Gets a super sweet Team Riz Member of the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Riz. All right, we'll take our first break in the morning. We'll come back with Crap on Celebrities. It is 7:20. It is Monday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. We have 2 lanes blocked on our right-hand shoulder blocked due to a crash 70 eastbound at Earth City Expressway. Severe delays now 70 eastbound there. Looks like between Zumble and Earth City Expressway. Your point forecast, partly cloudy, breezy, and mild. High of 62. Right now it's 39 at the Point Studio.
All right, Lauren, what do you got for us?
The Oscars happened last night. Who's selling their music catalog now? The Country Billions Club and the worst movies out there.
The worst movies
The
out
Razzies.
there. All right, we got that. We got your crappy birthdays. We got the porno birthday. And Skype. R.I.P.
Oh, no.
Oh, I just invested a lot.
I
in that.
know. We'll give you all the details next day there. All right, welcome back to the Riz Show. Phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Riz. The socials at RIZZ Show. Your emails, RizShow at 1057thepoint.com. Sex Time Fun Facts coming up. A new episode of the Rizznections is up there for your viewing pleasure. Rizznections event number 2, where we are at Whitmore Country Club for the Whitmore Country Club Triathlon.
What a hoot.
We play pickleball. We putt. We use the golf simulator. Mm-hmm. Will Moon continue his dominance? Will my golf outfit improve my game? I don't know. Find out now. Watch this week's Rizznections on the Point's YouTube page at 1057thepoint.com. Presented by DraftKings at Casino Queen. Play, stay, and dine. Visit DraftKings at CasinoQueen.com for special promotions. And, of course, supported by Whitmore Country Club. Visit WhitmoreCC.com to start your journey today. They're amazing over there.
They are.
And big thanks to Whitmore for opening up their doors and allowing us to hang out there for the afternoon. Hey, we have a sad thing to announce. Skype. The beloved Skype. Beloved Skype is shutting down.
To break it to us like this?
Skype, the communications platform once synonymous with video calling, is being shut down by Microsoft. It's going to be gone this spring in favor of the dreaded Microsoft Teams.
What a bummer.
Yep, Skype retiring on, they're calling it retiring. They're pulling the plug May 5th. So May the 5th, giving existing Skype users the option to either switch over to Teams or export your data entirely.
I'll say a big, huge thank you to Skype, because Skype was the first opportunity that I had to speak to my family from overseas.
That's right.
Without just absolutely tremendous hassle.
Skype was the thing, man. That was the thing.
It was great.
It was the first bit of technology that made a huge difference in my life as far as communication goes.
They blew it. How do they blow it?
They're the Xerox of this whole thing. Remember, like you always hear about Apple and like how Apple took all this tech that Xerox basically had, not took, but like Xerox kind of pioneered things, and Xerox just wanted to stay in copier land.
It was Skype was a thing where it was used as the act of doing something. The video call was called Skyping.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It may still be called that,
Well, it's
Or
Zoom
FaceTime.
now, right?
Zoom, I guess, or FaceTime.
But it was the word for it.
I like that Microsoft Teams is trying to act like it's going to be on top right now.
Yeah.
Screw Microsoft Teams. We have it here.
We do. We use Microsoft Teams here.
I'd rather not. I'm a Zoom girl.
Yeah.
Have you actually used it before?
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Maybe it's just the
pretty-
meetings
it's pretty
I'm in.
good.
I don't know.
Skype was founded in 2003 by a guy named Janice Frizz and Nicholas Zenstrom.
Common spelling?
That guy's almost got your hotel pseudonym.
Griff Janet. Janice Frizz is the guy's name.
That sounds
The
like
Frizz
Nicholas
something
Zenstrom.
you would tell a hotel front desk.
It was Skype was founded as a voice-over IP service and gained popularity as a way to make free calls between computers or cheaper calls from computers to telephones. eBay bought them in 2005. Skype introduced a video calling component to its platform years before FaceTime, before Google Meet, and most crucially, before Zoom entered the space. In 2011, Microsoft acquired Skype and failed in their attempt to modernize the service, and the company instead put most of its efforts into Teams, which launched in 2016.
Who can we write to complain to?
Still, there was a brief window of opportunity to revive Skype during the early days of the pandemic, when the world was moving towards video conferencing for both business meetings and virtual gatherings. Instead, Zoom got in there. They became the go-to platform for, the awkward team calls, remote learning, virtual hangouts. Eventually, Microsoft Teams caught on for enterprise use, and Skype was fully left behind. So in 2 months' time, Skype will join Microsoft's Internet Explorer in the digital afterlife. We salute you, Skype. Good run.
What a graveyard.
Thank you.
Good job, Skype. Can we just decide though, for real? Like, I'm sick of downloading stuff.
Me too.
Just decide. Is it Slack? Is it FaceTime? Is it Google Meet? Is it Teams? Is it Zoom? Like, what?
Yeah.
Just decide what our freaking video conferencing app is going to be, and let's all just be like, this is the one.
Yep.
Well, for our company, it's Microsoft Teams.
I know, but for half the video, I get like invites on emails to meet with like, whether it's agents or like casting directors, or sometimes it's just like random it's always something I got to download, and I'm like, can we just pick?
I got the Zoom on my phone. I got the Teams on my phone.
I know.
I got Slack, Zoom, Teams. There was another one that started with an A. I can't remember what it was called, that they tried to get to take off. Like these productivity apps, like they're constantly coming out. Evernote's good. I don't think they're doing video conferencing, but it's like, we just need if Skype's gone and Skype was the standard, what is the next thing? Is it going to be Teams?
They're trying.
I guess so.
They're trying. All right, today is March the 3rd. Back in the day, 180 years ago, 1845, Florida becomes the 27th state. 150 years ago, in 1875, the first indoor hockey game. That's played in Montreal, Quebec. It ends in a brawl. 138 years ago, 1887, Helen Keller meets her, quote, miracle worker, teacher Anne Sullivan. Helen was 6 and had been blind and deaf since before she turned 2. You ever hear the legend of Helen Keller not being blind and deaf?
No.
No.
Yes.
You've heard that, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be an episode of Stupiracy coming out this spring.
I don't like it. I like Helen Keller's story. I remember watching the movie after like reading her biography in school and being like, this woman is incredible. And so was Anne, her person that helped
Yeah.
her.
The Anne story is absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
And they do in Tuscumbia, down in Alabama, northern Alabama. They do like a whole celebration thing. My stepdaughter's gone with my mother-in-law, and
Well, there's a conspiracy theory that says that Helen Keller was not even real.
Yeah. It's awesome.
you can get your ass kicked saying something like that.
By who?
By all them folks in northern Alabama. I'm telling
that
you,
point,
we got some family that's going to be on the doorstep.
The Stupiracy podcast is about discussing these topics that may be a little uncomfortable.
Whatever
You're
you
not
say,
allowed
man.
down to these parts.
I don't think Riz is welcome in northern Alabama no more.
102 years ago, 1923, Time magazine begins publication. 94 years ago, 1931, the Star Spangled Banner officially becomes the national anthem of the U.S. 53 years ago, 1972, Elton John releases Rocket Man as a single. 47 years ago, 1978, Van Halen begins their first ever world tour, opening up for who?
I'll tell you all about
Which year?
1978.
I know this. I
Van
know this.
Halen
Black
begins
Sabbath.
their first
Yep.
world tour,
It was
opening up
Sabbath.
for who? It was not Sabbath.
Really?
Dang.
Taurus.
1978?
No, 1978.
Aerosmith.
Opening for...
Kiss?
This is at the Aragon Ballroom in
Alice
Colorado.
Cooper.
The Who?
Eagles.
Not Zeppelin.
Yes, Journey.
Journey.
Oh,
Duh, I
tight.
told you guys.
Super tight.
Damn.
What was that Black Sabbath tour then? That came through St. Louis.
I mean, maybe they've been on a lot of tours, but their first one was opening up for Journey. Let me see here. 39 years ago, 1986, Metallica puts out their third record called... That's right, Master of Puppets.
Excuse me, I'm going to push back.
Okay.
Black Sabbath and Van Halen toured together in 1978 as part of Van Halen's first world tour.
Well,
So,
look up March 3rd, 1978.
all right, that's yeah, this was
Chicago.
August 22nd, 1978.
So,
okay.
March 3rd, 1978, 47 years ago, they opened up for Journey in Chicago.
But I was also correct.
Nope.
Yeah. I mean, it says here, Van Halen was supporting act for Black Sabbath and Journey for most of the tour.
Now, the 1978 World Tour was the first concert tour by American hard rock band Van Halen. The World Tour, which was in support of their debut album, covered mainly North America with 125 shows.
I'm just thinking it was an extension of their first tour. We are both correct.
Nope, there's only
you are
one.
very correct. I am also sort of correct.
While we're footnoting previous topics, I would like to point out that the miracle worker, Ann Sullivan, was played by Anne Bancroft.
Yes, Mel Brooks'
Gorgeous.
wife.
Who is still freaking hot, dude. I looked
Beautiful.
her up.
Anne
Still
Bancroft.
a smoke show.
Anne Bancroft has passed.
She was hot at
She
the
had
last
passed a
picture I
while
found
ago.
on the. Well, her final photo
She passed
in the coffin, she
quite
was
a while
looking
ago.
good, dude.
Okay, so this is how it works. All right. So as far as Van Halen's world tour,
Man, she
them touring the world, it started with Journey, and then they jumped on the Black Sabbath thing over on the European leg. On the European leg of Van Halen's. But their first world tour that they were on was the Journey tour. So you're both right. It depends
There's
on
only
how
one.
you see
There's
a
only
tour.
one, correct.
Because they were open.
I refuse to
for
just
both
say
of
that.
us.
28 years ago, 1997, Daria premieres on MTV. And 8 years ago today in 2017, Nintendo puts out the Switch, a hybrid gaming console that's both a handheld device and your traditional home console. And they just announced the Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out later this year. And
Switch
that-
is great.
It's great.
Switch is great. Every time I think that Nintendo's got no place, they find a place.
You ain't got no place.
I hope the new
Yeah.
one's called Switcheroo.
No, it's called Switch 2
Oh.
or Electric Boogaloo.
That's the Weird Al version
Oh,
of it.
and by the way, okay, so
Switcheroo.
today is National Anthem Day.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember the name Ingrid Andress? She is Ingrid Andress.
Idris Elbus?
No.
Idris Elba?
Adele Azim.
Ingrid Malmsteen.
She is the girl that sang the national anthem at the Home Run Derby last summer.
With broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight.
this a singer?
Yeah.
Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red
So orgasmic.
the bombs.
Okay.
All right.
The train wreck. Afterwards, she apologized, said she was drunk, and checked herself into rehab.
That's correct.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
She's a country singer. And I guess a pretty accomplished.
Was she also the
Country singer.
person at the legendary Nashville venue for Dolly Parton? She also
No,
Who was
that
that?
was Elle King.
Oh, my apologies. Okay,
No,
I'm
this
getting
is a
my
different
drunk ladies
drunken
mixed up.
female country star.
Okay, thank you.
Who is going? Elle's going on the next Trailer Trash Tammy cruise with us. So
Oh, damn.
hopefully she'll have it together by then.
So this girl, Ingrid Andress, she checked herself into rehab, going to get the help she needed. And since we haven't heard from her in a while, fair to assume that it was the end of the story. But Ingrid had different plans. In her first public appearance in 7 months since the botched Anthem attempt, she got in front of the entire crowd at the Colorado Avalanche hockey game and decided to sing the national anthem again.
Okay.
And here's how that went.
And the rockets red glass, the
Better.
bombs bursting,
Okay.
gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh,
All right.
say does
Champagne hitter.
that
Okay, well,
I'm getting a little buzzed.
was it any better the second time around? Yeah. Any better the second time around? I guess better, yes.
What do you people want for her? I mean, it
crowd
sounds the damn
sounded good.
same.
It was good.
It's fine. It's the
It's
national
fine.
anthem. It's fine.
Hey, you got to give her credit for bravery. I'm going to give her credit for bravery. Getting back up there, getting a microphone. That's a tough song to sing.
Getting up on that pogo
and maybe
stick.
that should
That's
be
right.
it. Maybe that should be it for her. That's it.
Yeah.
You did it. Redemption. No more anthem for you.
That's it.
Right?
I think
Kudos,
so.
Ingrid. You did it. And that's it. No more.
Did you think? I thought that was all right. You didn't think it was? You
I
thought that
thought
was
it
bad?
was okay.
She's hitting the notes, man. Like that song is. There's only so much you can do with it. We put so much emphasis on it, and it's like it's just kind of a.
Why?
Let's be honest. It's just kind of a crappy song.
Why compete with Whitney Houston when you don't?
Right. There's going to be some people who are going to nail it. You know, there's been people who've nailed it in the past, but even that's like
I love the guy that
you're
does it. at the-
damned if you go too off the reservation with it, and you try to go get too cute. People don't like that. If it's too traditional, it's boring, and it's like it's hard to hit that sweet spot.
I
in
love the
anthem.
guy they have at the Blues game now. The new guy they got, Charles
He's
Glenn,
super
was
good.
was
Yeah.
was great as well with the anthem. But Ingrid, you got back on the horse. Good for you.
Good
now
for her.
that's it. Let's put the horse down.
No.
All right, let's.
No shooting the horse.
All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your Crab on Celebrities.
Guys, the Oscars were last night. How was your hummus?
I forgot it was on.
Okay, great. The 97th annual Oscars were last night, hosted by Conan O'Brien. And let's hear a little bit from Conan. So he joked with Adam Sandler, who was dressed in his normal Adam Sandler attire, you know, sweatshirt and shorts. Here is Conan talking to his pal.
Okay, Conan on Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
You're dressed like a guy playing video poker at 2 a.m., Adam.
You know what, Conan? I like the way I look, because I'm a good person. I don't care about what I wear or what I don't wear. Did my snazzy gym shorts and fluffy sweatshirt offend you so much that you had to mock me in front of my peers?
Hey, I'm sorry. Adam, I apologize. I didn't
I'm
mean-
going. I'm getting off. I go. Yeah, I'm leaving. I have to. It's not you. No, it's not you. It's him. He's the one. You caused this. But
I'm
here's
sorry. I'm sorry.
You were all welcome to join me for a game of 5-on-5 basketball at Veteran Park tonight. Midnight tip-off, the guy from Nosferatu. Where is he? He's on my team. One more thing.
Nosferatu.
Chalamet!
So he did the Chalamet
From-
bit from Nikki.
From what I'm hearing, it was a giant snooze fest.
It was.
The entire show, all movies nobody saw.
Yeah, it was. I watched, first of all, I showed up late. I love watching these award shows. I showed up late, didn't even know what time it was on. We get in, I got in right after Kieran Culkin had won for Best Supporting Actor, which he was much deserved for. But yeah, it was a snooze fest. You know, if you're somebody who hates the politics that sometimes can come out, not political. The acceptance speeches were fine. Like, there wasn't anything that moved me. The performances were stupid.
How was Conan?
Conan was fine. It wasn't great.
Man.
The performances for like the Bond montage was really weird. I didn't really enjoy the vocals there.
It was weird. The Bond montage, like, was sexy and cool looking, but I didn't understand why did they do it?
Right.
Like, there was no James Bond movie coming out. They didn't announce the new James Bond actor.
Yeah, it was
just
strange.
seemed like they were like, ugh, we can't do an Honora. We can't, like, no one knew the movies that were being celebrated. That they would have to do like a Wicked Dune 2 collab. Otherwise, nobody really knew any of them. It was just, I didn't understand why they did it. It was cool.
The best part of the whole night was Nick Offerman was the voice of God the whole night.
Right, the announcer.
And that was fun. Having him, that voice, you can see him talking in your brain, and it was cute.
Moon said he saw you saw the Kieran Culkin movie on the plane?
Yeah, I caught up on all my Oscar stuff because every one of those movies was something I had not seen. So and on the in-flight entertainment, they had pretty much every one of them offered. Now, I really wanted to see the Honora thing because that's what everybody expected to win everything. But, dude, here's the thing. I don't have one of those covers on my iPad. And every time I watch one of these movies, there's, like, gratuitous violence or a sex scene or something. And I don't want to, be that guy.
Is there a lot of boobs in that movie?
I don't know. I don't know anything about it. It's like a newer, like, Pretty Woman kind of thing, right? But, like, dark and, 2025. So I wasn't even going to chance it. So I watched... Anatomy of a Fall, I watched A Real Pain, and I watched the Megalopolis.
How was The Real Pain, though?
Honora is a movie about a sex worker, so I'm assuming...
right, I thought there would be something.
The early part of the film contains many scenes with topless women.
Right, see? So I made the right choice.
You got through Megalopolis?
I got through it. I watched that on the first flight.
Ooh-wee. Congrats.
Yeah, it was...
We're going to talk about that in the Razzie.
Oh, okay. Well,
can you hold Megalopolis?
I want to hear about this.
Dude, so I will say A Real Pain was Jesse Eisenberg, through and through, him doing him, which was fine, but he really got out of the way of Kieran Culkin, and Kieran Culkin was phenomenal.
Oh, he won all the awards.
Dude, he did? Oh,
yeah.
he deserved it because he was great.
Yes.
I really connected with a lot of this movie.
Give me a grade.
I'm going to say B+, because it's one of those movies that you don't expect to like as much as you want to. I mean, as much as you end up liking it.
Yeah.
While you're watching it, you're like, oh, okay, he must have gone on one of these tours. And I don't know if you ever saw Everything's Illuminated, but it reminded me of that. It was like it's these two Jewish dudes. They're related, they're cousins, and they go over to Poland, and they do basically like a really heavy tour, and it takes you just
like a Holocaust tour, right?
It's a Holocaust tour, and it just takes you through that tour, and it's two different perspectives. Okay. The one from Eisenberg and the one from the really intense Culkin character, and it's worth a watch. It says a lot. It's good.
So, Honora triumphed at the Oscars, securing Best Picture, total of 5 awards. Star Mikey Madison won Best Actress. Sean Baker earned Best Director, Best Original Screenplay, and the Best Film Editing. Adrian Brody won for The Brutalist. Kieran Culkin and Zoe Saldana took home Supporting Actor and Actresses awards, respectively.
Best speeches.
Oh, and Zoe Saldana's speech was excellent. So was Kieran
and hers
Culkin.
were the best 2 speeches of the night, I thought.
Yeah, Kieran Culkin talked about having a 4th kid because his wife promised after he won an Oscar he would get a 4th kid, and so that was cute.
Awesome. Get a 4th kid.
Peter Strahan won Best Adapted Screenplay for Conclave, while Paul Tazewell made history as the first black man to win Best Costume Design for Wicked, and also won for Best Production Design. Here's a little montage of the 97th Annual Academy Awards and the winners.
And the Oscar goes to Kieran Culkin.
And the Oscar goes to Zoe Saldana.
And the Oscar goes to Adrian Brody.
And the Oscar goes to Mikey Madison.
Okay.
Dude.
So, real fast. We did ballots here on the show last week.
Like our predictions.
Our predictions. And guys, there was a clear winner and loser from the 5 of us who knew what was going to happen at the Academy Awards. And so, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of guessing the best movies for 2025. Congratulations to Scott Daniel Rizzuto.
Oh.
Dude, you got 5 out of 7.
Yeah.
5 out of 7, followed by Rafe Dean Williams, followed by Moon Valjean, followed by King Scott, and then I came in dead last with only 1 correct.
Oh.
How many did
I'd
we
like
get?
to thank the Academy.
Out of curiosity.
How many did you get?
Yeah.
Well, Riz got 5. Rafe, you got 3. Moon got 2. King got 2, and I got 1.
Dude, the Culkin,
terrible.
the
Terrible.
Kieran Culkin stuff, I'll say this. I bet you if this movie had come out and he was just whoever, I don't think it would have done, I don't think his stuff would have been praised as much, except for we know him as Fuller from Home Alone.
No, I know him
And then-
from the other show,
Right.
the HBO
and
show.
I'm getting there. And then you
Succession.
know him from Succession. And when you see him in Succession, you're kind of like, you know what? This is kind of how I picture Kieran Culkin to be, right? This annoying kind
was
of
his breakout.
obnoxious thing. Right. But the character that he plays in that, you kind of go, I can see this being Culkin. And then when he plays this character, it shows like real scope. And at the end of it, you go, I can see this guy actually being this guy. So it shows that, like, man, I don't know who
He's
this
great.
dude is. He's a fantastic actor. and I
that's
wasn't
awesome.
expecting it.
So in the in memoriam, they left out Michelle Trachtenberg, Shannon Doherty, Tony Todd. Those were among the big names for acting that were
Candyman?
omitted.
well,
So,
they'll probably put Trachtenberg in next.
for next year.
But did they do? I guess
They did. They did Gene Hackman. They did a big
They
thing
got
for
the
Gene
same
Hackman.
day.
Oh, they did.
So that's kind of interesting.
You got that Gene Hackman news?
It's
Update?
really no news. I mean, they said it. We talked about it on Friday. Not a carbon monoxide,
Well, the
and
fact that
because
his
he'd
pacemaker-
been, his pacemaker had exploded or something 17 days before, right? Or stopped working 17 days
Stopped
before.
working 9 days prior. So they would say that was his pacemaker stopped working 9 days prior to them finding him. So he had been dead for at least 9 days.
Still, I want to know why is the wife dead?
And no carbon monoxide. Like
Right.
they've said no carbon monoxide.
Right.
Dang.
And he'd been dead for at least 9 days.
And did they know if anything was taken from the home?
And they said the door was open, but they didn't say anything about.
Foul
Which,
play.
you know what? They're in.
They didn't say anything about anything being stolen.
I was say it's a beautiful area and they're probably a pretty private neighborhood. I bet their doors open quite a bit.
Pardon my expression. Pardon my ignorance. Does a pacemaker like have a app or something? Like, how do they know when it went out?
I think they could tell.
Probably with the mechanism, like the technology goes to a doctor, I bet, or something that is
Right, that's
like
what I'm
his
saying.
chart.
So there's some sort of tracking thing.
Yeah. It gave its last
But
transmission.
but tell me, explain this to me. Are you saying that the pacemaker went out and that's what they assume caused the death, or did he die and of course the pacemaker is not
Right.
getting power
Right.
anymore?
That's what they say. He died.
Okay, so the way that you said it made it sound like his pacemaker
Yeah.
quit and
Stopped.
he killed.
Exploded.
Yeah,
is what
I mean,
thought
I
you
would
said.
assume, I'm sure both can be true. I think if you have a pacemaker on your heart and it stops working, you could have a heart attack or a stroke, maybe. And then, or you could have a
When
stroke
you-
and a heart attack and it could also stop the pacemaker.
When you die.
So we know more, but we know no more.
That's right.
We know at least he'd been dead for 9 days.
Dang.
So the story continues. The music catalog of the late Biggie Smalls might soon be sold. The Hollywood Reporter reported that in the next few weeks, Primary Wave could be acquiring publishing rights to Biggie's music between $100 and $150 million. They're looking to purchase his masters as well as publicity rights, including name, image, voice, and other identifiable characteristics like key verses and lyrics. Here's a little montage of Notorious B.I.G. because
Well, his mom just died.
so much good stuff.
So I guess the mom, Violetta?
Voletta died on February 21st.
Right. So I'm assuming since she passed, everything's up for grabs.
Yes. I love Notorious B.I.G. Like when I moved to St. Louis, Life After Death was an album that got me through moving. And so I'll always have like a soft spot in my heart for
I
him.
wonder how much that's going to go for.
Well, they're saying up to $150 million. And I think it's well worth it. I think more, actually. His music's
150 mil.
good.
Actually seems cheap.
Yeah, I agree.
For the
I guess he doesn't
publishing
have a
catalog?
huge catalog,
Yes.
but
He only's got, what, 3 records
I mean, he did so many collabs, though, also.
that he probably doesn't own?
Like Victory was a tight song. I know that it's got Puff Daddy on it, which is a little bit problematic, but it's still a pretty good Jim song. Like he's on a lot of stuff from the Bad Boy record days. I don't know how many actual Biggie albums there are, though. Maybe only 3 or 4.
Yeah, sounds right. The Black Crowes guitarist Rich Robinson says if the band does get inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's class of 2025, which they're in top 10, but they're not part of like the top 5. The band wants Led Zeppelin's Jimmy Page to give their induction speech. So as we know, Jimmy Page and the Black Crowes, they're dropping an expanded collection of their concert collaboration from the 90s live at the Greek on March 14th. And Rich Robinson said that they've talked about it. He says, I would love for Jimmy Page to induct us. He's a longtime friend, a mentor, and such an amazing person to be inducted by, but we won't know until we know. He also said it'd be cool if Steven Tyler gave a speech.
It's a band that confuses me.
Why?
Well, Black Crowes?
I just don't understand it. Like I feel like I feel like it's in a different universe, and in this universe, it didn't happen because I mean, I lived through their band, and I never heard it. It never spoke to me. No one I ever knew was into them. And then we're talking about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It just seems like, I don't know. And I understand you guys are so confused, and you're like, this band was huge, and blah,
I
blah,
love
blah.
Black
And
Crowes.
like, but it's just like
It just wasn't in your universe.
like I said, it feels like it was from a parallel universe, and I don't feel like I'm alone in
You
that.
just never paid attention to it.
We're in the
I guess
same
it was just in the
ballgame.
periphery.
But I
for
was
you.
like paying attention. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, music is my
That's
life.
not hard enough.
It wasn't like I feel like you're more punk. Like they're classic rock to me.
But I remember I
I
recorded
listen to everything.
this 1 hour block or whatever from the radio station whenever I was a kid. You know, I've got my cassette tape, finally started recording rock and roll, and the second song was one of theirs, and it was one of those that every time was like, fast
Dude, Southern
forward,
Harmony's
skip
a
that.
Perfect
Great.
record. I remember even the controversy with Amorica with the pubic hair. I mean,
Shake
that
Your
was
Moneymaker's iconic.
I think you've said this before, and I agree with you. They sound like a band that came out in the 70s, that came out in the 90s. So
Right.
it would be like
It
a
was
hair
so-
band, 80s hair band coming out in 2005.
Right, which
And you're hearing the music and you're like, oh, this is good. How did I miss this on Keishi?
right.
But it was actually coming out. It was almost like they were a throwback to another time.
But it was like strangely derivative and not like better than the stuff that it was supposed to sound like.
Right.
So it was confusing to me. And I'm not saying that it didn't do well. I understand that it might be good and it might have done well. I just don't understand how we're talking about it in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame talk.
Yeah, it's one of those 90s bands that they just want to throw in.
Well, there's so
I mean, not
many.
just throw it. I think there's a legit reason for them to go in.
Sure, but there's a bunch of bands before them that deserve it.
Who?
For sure.
Like who?
I think, well, Soundgarden, who's also up, deserves, if they're going to have a 90s band go in, Soundgarden needs to go in.
100%.
I don't know.
I don't think Motley
Red Hot
Crue
in?
should go in, but
Yeah, Motley Crue is another band that I feel like
all
could
right,
go in.
let's go to Jeff. Jeff, you got a pacemaker?
Yes, I do.
All right, so tell me about the downloads, and does it go to your doctor? Like is there a transmitter?
So what it is, I have the pacemaker in my chest. I have a little box that sits on my nightstand.
Yeah.
And every night when I go to bed, it takes a download from me. It'll tell everything that's happened throughout the day. If it's something bad, it'll go direct to my doctor.
Right.
Sweet.
If it's nothing bad, they take a quarterly download and they figure out all events. And when I say they have events, they'll tell me my heart rate has gone up at 130 on a Wednesday night, and you know what they're talking about.
Okay, so
Whoa,
so with
cool.
Gene
They know it
Hackman,
all.
right? So with Gene Hackman, so I guess he's got the little box that says, "Hey, the last transmission was 9 days before them finding." it.
So what I am thinking happened with him is he was probably, number one, nowhere near his box. I think he probably had clicked over, and your pacemaker is going to continue to try to pace you and shock you back to life.
Oh, my.
So with it, it probably ran the battery dead, no different than like holding your garage clicker and just letting the button die.
Whoa,
Damn.
wild.
He was just getting tased on the kitchen floor. That's wild.
Yeah, if you're dead, you're
Pretty
dead.
much.
Well, shoot.
Pretty much.
Do you ever worry about your when you're having private times, your heart rate getting high and having to explain it to your doctor? Is that a thing?
Oh, no, that's what I was just saying. So they'll look at events that I have, and they'll say, what were you doing Wednesday night at 11:30 at night? And I'm
Don't
like,
worry about it.
ourselves.
All right,
I
Jeff.
promise you.
Thank you for the insight. I appreciate it.
Interesting.
Thank you.
All right, there's Jeff.
Luke Combs is the first country artist of all time to have 2 songs pass the billion stream mark on Spotify. A couple weeks ago, Luke's song When It Rains, It Pours passed the billion mark, and now his song Beautiful Crazy has eclipsed that billion as well. Some different artists in the country realm. Morgan Wallen's Last Night is number 3 on this billions list at 1.18 billion. Zach Bryan's Something in the Orange is number 2 with 1.19 billion. And the number 1 billionaire song for country is BB Rexa and Florida Georgia Line with Meant to Be at 1.1 1.4 billion downloads. A couple of deaths over the weekend in the music community. David Johansen, who was front of the New York Dolls, passed away. He was
Buster
75.
Poindexter.
Yeah, he went on to be a crooner by the name of Buster Poindexter, and he is survived by his wife and his daughter, Leah.
You know, I got to see the New York Dolls.
Did you
at
really?
Mississippi Nights.
Oh, damn.
Okay. Should have appreciated it. Didn't. I know he was sick for a while, right?
Yes.
He was.
He had a
sick for
brain
little
tumor.
bit. Odd looking dude, man. That was that was an interesting looking guy. He was the if you watch the movie Scrooged, he was the cab driver in Scrooged.
Yeah. He was like Iggy Pop in a different way.
Yeah, very interesting looking fella.
Yeah.
But R.I.P.
R.I.P. to him. Also, Badfinger's Joey Molland, dead at the age of 77. His cause of death was not given, but he had been battling pneumonia. So if you love the song No Matter What, come and get it day after day. Badfinger, they were on Apple Records back in the day. Kind of punk before it was a thing, which I liked.
You know what that guy looks like? When David Johansen, when he was younger, he looks like that dude that's crushing it right now with the folk music stuff that's all politics.
That Noah.
You know how I'm talking
Jesse.
about?
The redheaded guy?
Kinda. He's always like under like a power lines or something, like out in the woods.
Oh, the rich man of Richmond?
No.
Who is this guy?
This guy, it's an amazing, like, he's got such a cool tone and
Who are you
delivery,
talking about?
and he's just sitting there playing guitar. He's crazy prolific, but he's doing well right now. You guys don't know who I'm talking about?
Jesse
Shoot.
Wells, I believe, is his name.
Jesse Wells. Hang on, Wells with the W-E-S, right?
Correct.
Yeah, this guy. You haven't seen this cat?
He's been opening for Bob Dylan. He got a lot of attention on it. Kind of blew his career up on Instagram, honestly.
Is that the lead singer of The Doors?
That's that guy right there.
This guy. He's got this kind of a similar look, right? His
Kind of
hair
looks like
kinda
Peter
frames him.
Dinklage in the face.
I've never heard of him.
Yeah, I mean, it's all political stuff. It's not bad political, but like I'm not sure it's your bag, Scott. But either way, he's prolific, and it's
Basically doing folk, like Woody Guthrie style, topical folk.
Yeah, it's old school folk music done now.
Cool.
Okay.
This will be interesting to the ladies who love Sex in the City because I found it interesting. There's a woman named Ashley Cano who often thrifts pieces and sells them on Poshmarks, and she shared her latest find on TikTok where she has found the Vera Wang dress that Carrie Bradshaw wore during her bridal-themed Vogue photo shoot for her almost wedding to Mr. Big in the movie for Sex in the City. Here's some audio of her finding this iconic, very expensive dress for a very discounted price.
Okay, here we go.
Vera freaking Wang. I cannot believe that I found this dress at Goodwill for $18.99. It is Vera Wang. It is the Carrie Bradshaw dress. I'm shook. I have never sold a wedding dress, so if anyone has any suggestions, I would appreciate them in the comments.
She's shook. She's going to reveal, she revealed plans on using the resale funds to finance her ongoing divorce. She says, low-key been stressing over my lawyer bills for my divorce. I needed a blessing. Didn't think it would come in the way of a wedding dress, but I'm not complaining. So she's going to sell that thing for $3,000.
I have no idea what you said. I just couldn't get past the voice.
Okay.
The vocal fry was just
going to be in the
It's
court.
a lot.
What are these irreconcilable differences, sir? Could you please have her say one sentence?
Kourtney Kardashian says her 15-year-old son, Mason, is not a father, and if we could all just stop asking. Kourtney posted this. She says, I rarely address rumors or conspiracies regarding myself or my family, but this is about one of my kids, and it feels wrong to let anybody think for a second that these lies are remotely true, and they are not. Mason does not have a child.
Rumor going around that, the kid had a kid.
Right.
And there was actually a kid's name associated with it.
I saw this last week, too, and I was like, oh, man. I was like, whoa, Mason.
I'm the pappy.
It's not true. She says these accounts that are pretending to be him are definitely not. They are completely fake. And she's like, please stop. Leave my kids alone. And I support that. And finally, the Oscars were the best movies of the last year. And now we go to the Razzie Awards, and the results are in. Francis Ford Coppola is thrilled to accept his trophy for Worst Director for Megalopolis. He said he accepted it, quote, against the prevailing trends of contemporary movie making. He added, in this wreck of a world today where art is given scores as if we were professional wrestling, I chose to not follow the gutless rules. Let us remind ourselves that box office is only about money, and like war, stupidity, and politics has no true place in our future.
Okay.
So he's denying everything.
Moon watched Megalopolis.
What'd you think?
And you seen it too, Rafe? Or you couldn't make it through?
No, I could not. I've heard people watched it, and I put it on and turned it off.
I had to finish it. It was It was a lot of cool things that you're like, oh, I see what he's going for. Ooh, miss. A swing and a miss. A swing and a miss. And the weirdest part, and I hate to say this, the weirdest part was Lawrence Fishburne's narration. That seemed so poorly done.
Give me a score.
Oh, gosh. Letter grade?
Letter grade.
Man, I mean, I appreciate the big swings.
This is a big swing.
There's a lot of big swings in there because it's trying to be so many things. I'm going to say, with respect, a C minus.
C minus.
Dang.
Huh.
C minus because it is. Wasn't it like the most expensive movie made in the last couple decades?
He is very expensive. He put up his own money.
Put up his own money, and he like intentionally cast a bunch
supposed to
of
be his masterpiece.
canceled people. Shia LaBeouf is in it.
John Voight.
Giancarlo Esposito.
You just said it was combining too many things, or was it just it just didn't flow well?
It was trying to be really big and really statement filled, and it was kind of cool and clever in a lot of ways. It just didn't connect. There wasn't a lot of tissue that put it all together and made it attractive.
Well, here's another couple of movies that made the Razzies. So, Worst Picture, Madam Web. Worst Actor, Jerry Seinfeld in Unfrosted.
Yeah, that was terrible, that movie.
Oh, yeah.
Worst Actress, Dakota Johnson in Madam Web. The Worst Supporting Actor is John Voight in Megalopolis, Reagan, Shadowland, and Strangers. Worst Supporting Actress, Amy Schumer in Unfrosted. And Worst On-Screen Duo was Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga in The Joker, Folie à Deux.
Well, congratulations to all the winners, losers.
Congratulations to the Razzie winners. And that is your crap on celebrities.
Celebrity celebrating a birthday today. Start with Camila Cabello. She's 28. Jessica Biel is 43. Catherine Waterston, that's Tina from the Fantastic Beasts movie, is 45. David Faustino is 51. Fun fact, that was the Riz Show first guest.
I thought his birthday was was over the weekend.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Huh.
But it was listed today.
But it's listed today.
Maybe he's like a George Harrison
We don't know
situation.
exactly when. Actually, the first Riz Show guest was Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah, but
He
didn't
was
Bud come in before?
He was in the first week or so.
Bud was like the first one that we booked.
Right.
The Ferrigno thing kind of came like last minute, like, hey, you want him to drop
Sure.
by? And he kind of dropped by. But I say that Faustino was our first guest.
Count it.
Julie Bowen is 55. John Carter Cash, son of Johnny and June Carter Cash, is 55. Tone Loc, speaking of, is 59. Jackie Joyner Kersey is 63. Herschel Walker is 63. Jennifer Warnes. Now, this is the gal that sang with Bill Medley on the Dirty Dancing classic, I've Had the Time of My Life. Also sang with Joe Cocker on the song The Final Scene in An Officer and a Gentleman in 1982's Up Where We Belong.
Up where we belong.
Jennifer is 78 years old.
It's interesting. I'm looking up Megalopolis reviews because I got 35%. And even the good critic, 45 by critics, 35. But even the good reviews by critics aren't good. It's very bizarre. It's like, I love the earnestness, sincerity, ingenuity. I can't say it's good, but I think people should see it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it was a lot of great ideas, and they just didn't connect.
And that
It's
was
like,
a 5-star review, by the way.
yeah, it's like it's got a great verse, and it's got a great chorus, and it's got a great bridge, and it just doesn't. It's not a song you want to
Yeah,
listen
it's
to.
a terrible movie, but I think you should watch
Here's
it.
a good review.
Yeah, verbose, bombastic, overloaded, terrible, but at the same time fascinating. Go see it. And I'm like, what?
Verbose.
Yeah, this reviewer here says Megalopolis, more like Megaflopolis.
Ah! All right, today's porno birthday, which being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Flick Shagwell. Flick Shadwell. Today's birthday girl's been in 385 fine films, including 18 and Nasty 21, Ass Masters 1, Babysitter's Gone Bad, Buckingham Bitches 2, Casting Couch Confessions 2, Fast Times at Deep Crack High 8, From Lust Till Dawn, Porno Boot Camp 1, White Bitch Sandwich 3, and Who Could Forget Her Role? In 2007's Taking a Tinkle 6. Flick Shagwell is 46 years old. That's your porno birthday, those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back, and we've got this week's Sexy Time Fun Facts. We'll start off with a story about an Onlyfans model
Okay.
who's pregnant,
Oh, no.
and so is her mom, impregnated by the same man.
Huh.
Is flirting cheating? And, fellas, what kind of facial hair do women find the most attractive?
Ooh.
We will chop it up next. It is 8:12. It is Monday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Oh, we got a right lane blocked and a right-hand shoulder blocked due to a crash 70 eastbound just before Earth City Expressway. In that same area, there's a left lane blocked and a left-hand shoulder blocked due to a crash 141 Earth City Expressway southbound just after Lakefront. Your point forecast, partly cloudy, breezy, and mild. High of 62 right now. It is 39 at the Point Studio.
So I don't know if you guys followed this, but the second annual Florida Man Games went down this weekend. That's right.
Ah, yes.
And they were a big success again. They went down Saturday near St. Augustine, Florida. They're like if a drunk guy was in charge of the Olympics. And yeah, it's been a year. The first Florida Games were February 24th, 2024. I guess time flies when you're having fun and or drinking. But they brought back a couple popular events from last year, like the evading arrest obstacle course, where you escape from handcuffs, throw an alligator through a drive-through window, and steal a catalytic converter, all while being chased by actual cops. That's an event. The weaponized pool noodle mud duel. This is like the joust from American Gladiators, but in a baby pool. And the jousting poles are made of pool noodles and duct tape. There is the Florida sumo cage match and beer chug. You wear an inner tube, fight somebody while holding a pitcher of beer and try not to spill it. The loser can still get points by chugging the winner's remaining beer. And some newer events this year, the second annual Florida Man Games. There was the Hurricane Party Prep Grocery Aisle Brawl. Like medieval jousting, but in shopping carts, if no one falls, you just fight it out for hurricane supplies. And there's also the human beer pong. So you're in a big inflatable bubble and have to get past somebody, then jump into a pool that looks like a big red Solo cup. The loser has to chug beer, whiskey, or, quote, bong water.
Ugh.
Other attractions this year include axe throwing, lawnmower races, a mechanical gator instead of a bull, and a best mullet contest, obviously.
Very good.
I mean, listen, it's obviously very tongue-in-cheek, and it sounds like a good time, actually. Everybody's got a good sense of humor about it. Here are some participants and spectators talking about it.
Well, where else are you going to find anything like this? Like, yeah, we've got the Olympics, and they've been around forever, but they don't have gator tossing. They don't have sumo wrestling. They don't have how much beer you can drink.
It's exactly on brand the way I thought it would be. It's the right level of, like, grimy and extravagant and debaucherous. It's exactly what I want. It's a lot of people day drinking, a lot of people, like, getting sunburnt.
Living your freedom, living your life, and just enjoying yourself.
And that's what it's all about.
Yeah. They're saying gator tossing may be added in the 30s at some point.
Good.
Is this where they're yelling it for their wives, too?
No, that's other. That's been going. Oh, the wife calling contest?
Yeah.
That seems like a state fair thing.
Oh, okay. I love that. I'd love to participate in a yelling competition someday.
A husband calling competition.
Yes.
I think that's what you're talking about. Husband calling.
Where's my husband?
Husband. Tim! That's what you'd sound like. All right, let's do Sex Time Fun Facts. And it's sponsored by
Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet.
You know, Moon, you missed it last week. Was it last Friday we were talking about the sex clubs?
Yes.
Sex clubs. Are we talking about golfing? Or are we talking about?
There's a whole underground scene here in the St. Louis area.
Channel 4 did a whole investigative report about it.
You're kidding.
We're not.
Oh, yeah. Sex clubs, charging admission in residential neighborhoods. A lot of people complaining about parking. Honestly.
What do you mean? Like at a house?
Yeah, like in your neighborhood. Like there could be a sex club.
And there's somebody standing outside going $5 cover?
We don't know if there's money happening, but
no, they said
There
like,
was.
Was there money?
Yeah, the money exchanges hands.
Oh my
gosh, to get in.
Why do I
Obviously
imagine
to
Jeremy?
cover? I
imagine Jeremy
expenses.
Piven outside of a PCU. Is it PCU where he's like charging a cover and giving out toilet paper?
Yeah. Residents complain, obviously, because there are a ton of cars in the neighborhood. and they don't want a sex club, in their neighborhood. So, no, Rafe talked to somebody who was hired to hang out at one.
Yeah.
That's called a stripper, right?
No, I don't believe so. I think they were hired. I don't have the whole story, but they're going to give me a full detailed report, and I look forward to reporting on it.
I would love to hear
I think they were hired more as just kind of ambiance, like burlesque type,
like all part of the I wouldn't say show, but part of the scene.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. They didn't give me great detail of what exactly they would be doing at said party. But they did send me a message that said, not what I thought at all.
Yeah, I'd love to know, what happens in those things.
So I'm expecting a full report. If she is listening right now, have that report on my desk first thing in the morning.
Yes, I would love to know. Okay, so I know, Learn, you're very close with your mother.
I am. I love my mom.
Imagine you and your mother being pregnant at the same time.
No thanks.
By the same person.
Sounds like a nightmare. Yeah. No, thank you. Hi. So my mom was pregnant with my sister in 1998, and I witnessed that, and I was in the room whenever she birthed out my sister, and I got to cut the cord and all that stuff. And that was enough for me, and I'm good there. So to be pregnant as well by the same man, that would be horrendous.
That'd be so cool. You could all carpool to Lamaze classes.
Very
Makes me
Hoosierific.
want to throw up.
How does that work?
How does it work? Well, Scott?
Curves is how it works,
I'm just
Scott.
thinking like the lineup. So one is a sister.
The lineup.
One is the grandma. That's a very complex
A
situation.
grandma and a niece, or a grandma and an aunt. No. What is that?
Yeah.
It's a half sibling, but it's also an aunt because it's the father. So so they're half sisters. Let's just say they're daughters, half sisters, and also an aunt.
Cousins.
And cousins.
Wait, cousins?
Are they cousins?
No.
No.
Right?
No, because it'd be
Mom.
Aunt and uncle. Or aunt and niece.
No.
Or uncle and nephew.
Your
Okay,
mom.
aunt and niece.
Let's see. Your
I am
half
my own
mom.
grandpa.
Boy, this is so Hoosier.
My half sister.
I have to do a Venn
Let's just say
diagram
they're
right now.
both sick girls.
You got to do a family tree.
Okay,
If they both have girls, then the younger girl's half sister is also her aunt, and the older girl's half sister is also her niece.
I don't think it's an age thing.
Okay, so one of these kids is going to call.
No, it's not an age.
Yeah,
thing.
he's
Well,
right. The one would
the
be an
older woman, the mom.
Okay, the mom.
Sorry.
Yeah, and the younger daughter, who's now having the baby, also has a sibling.
Yes.
Yes.
That's being added. That has.
So it's a half
sibling.
Yeah. So in this diagram that I am showing, the
Or a
cameras-
full sibling, depending on who this father is.
So the father is the father.
The father's the father.
Okay. The mom and the daughter, who are both pregnant at the same time with the one man's baby, will call one of the kids. The daughter's kid will call the mom,
The
grandma.
grandkid.
Yeah, and then the other kid is the half sister of the daughter, who also happens to be pregnant with the.
So what does that make the kids?
Well, it's different. It's not. It doesn't make them. They're half siblings because the dad.
No.
I mean,
they're
you
half
said it.
siblings,
Yeah,
but they're also
They're half siblings, but also
niece and aunt.
But also
Niece
niece,
and
and
aunt.
aunt. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. They're covering every level of family in this predicament. We have
I'm
found
my own
ourselves in.
grandpa.
My half sister, my new half sister is also my new
aunt.
baby's aunt.
Yeah.
Holy crow.
And that guy's over there just going, sup?
Yeah, an announcement on YouTube. This OnlyFans model named Jade, a.k.a. Jade Teen, said she and her mom, Danny, and pregnant by a guy named Nick Yardy. They are 2 weeks apart. Quote, it's amazing to be able to share our love and inspire others to try out like an unconventional relationship. I don't think any of us have been ever happier.
Whoa. So there's a triangle. So it's like a legit, like this is a relationship.
Yeah.
This isn't just was a onesie thing. Let's get famous.
According to Jade, she's expecting a baby girl named Nicole, while Danny, the mom, is pregnant with a baby boy who they'll call Nick Jr.
Oh no.
This is going to be her first granddaughter.
Now we're gonna do repeater names too in this whole mess.
Yeah,
you
that's
dummies.
a good point.
The mom is a self-described life coach who also models on OnlyFans under the alias Danny Swings.
sorry.
It's like survival of the fittest out here.
They have a little over a month left before giving birth. We're so excited for what the future holds for our 2 little babies. I don't know. Some people call him BS on this whole thing, just a publicity stunt. Probably.
I would hope.
Yeah, I hope so.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Well, I know these days, these are kids that there's an argument to be made that homeschooling would be the best.
Matt says this sounds that the family tree is a bush. Maybe.
I feel like, yeah. I feel like middle school will be unkind to these children, if this is true.
If it's true. But these are 2 very nice-looking women, and congratulations to Nick.
The daughter looks like Kaya Gerber.
I don't know, man. I got cousin brothers. Told you that before in my family, and they
2
were all right.
first cousins getting together.
2 sisters, same guy.
Oh, 2 sisters, same guy.
So they were half brothers and also cousins.
Man,
different.
Good dudes. Both turned out to be excellent grown men, and I don't feel like we didn't really talk about it a ton, but I don't feel like they got away pretty unscathed. But then at the same time, maybe people didn't know.
I think that's different, and they were raised during a different.
But they were almost the same age too, man. They were very, very close.
But really not.
How is it not different?
I mean,
sisters, bro.
Sisters
and mother,
mom and daughter.
Yeah,
different.
Yeah,
drastically.
Yeah, it's different,
but only a little.
No,
yeah,
really,
a little.
No, there's a canyon between. This is cosmically different.
I'm with Moon here.
It was pretty simultaneous.
Whoa.
So I'm going to say not drastically different. Because it'd be different if it was like, oh, a sister was married. They got divorced. 10 years later, sister marries said ex-husband, and now there's 10 years between these kids.
Yeah, how much of a difference in time of relationship?
These guys are close together in age. Like, they were in school at the same time. Do you know what I mean? Like, they were about a year apart.
Even if they weren't relationships, even let's say they were just 2 one-night stands. And I'm not saying that they were. I'm just saying.
All right.
I'm not saying. No. I'm just saying.
No.
Like,
all right. Sorry.
All right. But you know what I'm saying? Like, that's still different. At least it's, I don't know, man. The mom and daughter,
strange.
get out.
Obviously, it's strange. Sisters are also strange.
Excuse me, are we forgetting Father of the Bride too? I mean, it's not the same exact story, but Diane Keaton is impregnated by Steve Martin late in her 40s, where she looks like she's 80, and the daughter is also pregnant by the guy from Adventures in Babysitting. So, and they're pregnant at the same time, and the whole movie has to do with them going into labor at the same time. And where is Steve Martin? Which room is Steve Martin going to go in? His grandchild or his new kid that was an accident because they boned on the kitchen floor.
Oops.
Spoiler alert.
Okay, same exact thing. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. But Steve Martin in this situation, they're both his kids.
I know. Well, Steve Martin would never do anything like this.
No.
But I'm just saying, it reminds me of that movie in a pure way, not in a gross way. I can't imagine being pregnant with at the same time as my mom just because of the age. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. I wouldn't want that. Like, you're supposed to have your babies well before I would have mine.
And now throw in that it's the same feller.
Yeah. All right.
That's pretty romantic.
You love this.
Oh, it's so Hoosier.
Oh, God.
It's so Hoosier. My God. My God. I want to believe this is true. I do.
I hope it's not. For them.
These poor
publicity.
Kids.
This has got to be public. I mean, this pregnancy stuff is like catching wind, dude. Ever since what's her face? I forgot her name already, but the 1,057.
Yeah. Bonnie Blue.
Yeah, sure. Didn't that come out that was a hoax?
That she was pregnant.
Right.
Yes.
That was it. She just did it for publicity.
Oh, come to find out, not. Yeah, looking for publicity.
Yeah, isn't that cool? I mean,
Yes,
not
thank
isn't
God.
that cool, but yeah, you know.
Thank God. Is flirting with somebody cheating? Is flirting with somebody else cheating?
I don't know, man. I got such a playful nature to me. Like, then I guess it is that. Sorry, Tim. Like, there's like, it depends on what the level is, right? Like, if you're making somebody uncomfortable, then yeah, obviously, like, change your behavior. But I don't know if you got a playful nature and that's just you. It doesn't go anywhere. Like, is that cheating? I don't think so.
Is flirting cheating? Flirting with somebody else cheating? I guess it depends on what your definition of flirting is.
Right.
Right. If you're looking for a yes or no, probably no.
Half of Americans would potentially dump you over it. I mean, half of Americans think yes. 51% said they might end a relationship over what some would call harmless flirting. Well, especially if it felt like the other person was trying to hide it.
Yeah, that's key.
Yeah, if there's a goal, then you're cheating in your heart.
I think for me, if it's something out of character, if you think it's somebody acting out of character, like if you, I got a buddy who's very flirtatious, and that's just him.
Right.
That somebody would misconstrue it as flirting, but they're a very flirtatious person.
Mm-hmm.
If it's something so out of character and you're trying to hide it, yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Because Tim and I talk about this a lot because I have a very flirtatious nature. I'm playful with people, like all people, women too, not just dudes. Like I flirt with everybody. And half the reason I married my husband was that he understood that part of me in a way that no other guy I dated before did. I had to make myself small or shrink down, and I think it comes with how is this who you really are? Is it now? Have I hurt his feeling? We've had to have conversations before, for sure. If I've gone over the edge or made him
over a line
a line, and that's fine. That's part of our story. But yeah, to your point, if that's part of your nature, and it's just my mom's really flirtatious too. My mom's playful in her spirit, and I don't know. So but you have to have a conversation. If somebody's uncomfortable, wise up. Or whatever.
I flirt with Learn's mom, so I definitely am guilty of. I don't think it is. I would agree. I don't. Tina and I both have flirtatious natures and don't really get. I think it just depends on your security level because some people get super. Sometimes it's not help. Breaking up a relationship. I like that people flirt with my girlfriend because it makes her feel good. Sometimes you need external validation when you've been in a relationship a long time. Not external validation where it's harmful, but where it's I still got it. It's kind of cool to see other people flirt with your partner to me because it's oh yeah, I get to go home with her and she's in demand.
But that's not the question. It's if she flirts with somebody else.
That doesn't bother me.
And it's never you guys have never had that bothered in your relationship?
No. We have. I mean, I would say we've had. If it has, it's come up, but it's never been bothersome. It's we'll acknowledge it and be I'm oh, you were kind of crushing on so and so, and she'll be a little bit, he's cute or whatever, or she in some cases.
My wife and I are not flirtatious people, so we don't got to worry about this.
You don't got to worry.
Now, if all of a sudden I see my wife being flirtatious with somebody, then I'd be
what's going on?
What's going on? Oh, you're trying to get free drinks? I am okay with this. Right?
Yeah. So it's motive. That's what I mean.
I am okay with.
It's kind of like what Moon said. What's your end game? Mm-hmm. If the end game is just we're flirting, we're having fun, we that's not a big deal to me. And I think some people, if you're insecure about that, man, there's deeper-seated problems.
My buddy who was talking about it, who was very flirtatious, kissed my wife on the neck once.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Wow. And I'm what is this?
Oops.
Yeah.
I actually had to say, what are you doing?
See, I have friends, Tim just had to
from
realize.
From behind or from the front? I want to set the stage.
Oh, God, yeah. What was
this
that
a hug that turned into a neck kiss? Or did he sneak up behind
also,
your neck?
Did she want to kill him?
Yeah, she waned to she wanted to kill him.
Oh, my Lord.
Was it the nape of her neck in the back or the side?
It was the
clavicle?
Shoulder,
top shoulder kind of neck. Is this the nape?
The erogenous zone.
The nolder.
Wow. I believe the nape is here, right?
Okay, nape is the back, so it's kind of the
I could be
shoulder and neck.
He kissed her collarbone, dude.
Next time you see her, please ask her about it.
Please kiss her and see what happens.
Do I know this guy?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's funny and terrible.
This is one of our New York friends.
All right.
Is he Italian?
No.
Because all my, anyway, keep going.
No, I don't know any Italian people that do that.
Oh, I do.
From behind?
Not from behind.
There was kiss the cheeks or whatever?
Kiss the cheek fun.
Guy Favazza, I've kissed Guy Favazza in front of my husband. This is Favaz. More times than I can count. On the lips. I mean, he kisses everybody. And so, he's Italian. And I don't know if that's an excuse, but that's just his nature. He has that nature too. And the people that are comfortable with that, who cares? I'm not saying it's for everybody. I'm just saying, it takes a very secure person to deal. And people kiss me all the time.
Does he do the double kiss?
No, it's just a. It's just a little hello. How are you?
No.
Wait, people kiss you all the time?
I get kissed on the head all the time
Oh.
by strange people. Yes.
If somebody came behind you and kissed you on the nape of the neck,
Yeah, I don't want that.
and in
If I
front
knew
of Tim,
them, I'd be, I don't want it.
so
But I'm
imagine
also-
that, and this is a very dear friend of mine, like known him since high school. And Amelia left the room, and I go, "What is that?"
He said, "Well, I can't get a little taste."
I just
He goes,
realized
"What?"
That's not cool, man.
we've known each
I
other.
go-
We've known each other for 22 years. I wonder what kind of territory I'm into right now. Maybe some neck kissing. Maybe I'll kiss her hand.
I go,
next
what,
time.
do you, what is
The
this?
neck is a bit
What is
much.
that? What? I go, what is that about?
It's a very
What?
intimate
Is that new?
space.
What?
new?
What?
Give
And
her
I think it was genuinely like he's a flirtatious guy.
Sure.
Give her a hickey.
I go, this is never going to happen again. Like, don't do that. Like, she wants to kill you, first of all. And it's,
That's funny, man.
you don't do that.
You don't do that.
you know, that's not you.
Is that what you were going to say?
Did he slowly
I feel
move
like you
her
started
hair?
to talk
Oh,
about
I don't want
something.
anybody kissing my neck. People have kissed me on the head, or everybody's taller than me, so like I get kissed
Yeah.
on the top of my head a lot.
It was a surprise that he was in the room. Like, we were doing something. He came up behind her and kissed her on the neck, like hugged
too
her.
much.
It's way too much.
Way too much. Like at least with the kissing on the mouth, like that is like a like
I think I wanna kill
a
him now.
thing. Yeah, let's go get him.
Let's get him.
I don't know. It's like a greeting. It's like a European greeting almost, like the side of the like doing like the
I don't like that either.
cheek thing. I don't know. I don't mind that with people I know. Not just
I like
randos.
tongue. You got to come tongue first with me. Let's go. We just met. Let's do it.
The whole double.
If you're gonna be Italian, be all the way in.
The double kiss.
Yeah,
They go, where are you from? You're not from Paris. You're from Herculaneum.
No. Sometimes I don't know what to do.
Herculaneum. I hail from a Herculaneum. These are my ways.
Yeah, what is
dude.
this?
That is great. Let me show you the Ironton kiss. Well, where do you see that?
What kind of? What are we trying to be here?
De Pere. I am from De Pere.
No.
I am from De Pere. This is how we behave.
Well, 51% of people think flirting is cheating. 60% of people.
51?
51%
Oh, we're insecure as a mofo.
would
up in
end
this
a
country.
relationship.
Really?
And again, I think this is an incomplete question because you got to. What is flirting? What is flirting?
And what is your comfort level as a couple?
Yeah, you can decide what that means to you.
Yeah.
God, I mean, yeah, whatever. 60% of people said chatting with an ex is over the line too. 23% said the same thing about finding out their partner's been watching pornography. But reading porn is okay though.
Reading, yeah.
Yeah, like 79% of people said erotica books, like 50 Shades of Grey. That's all right.
I've promoted it before. Literotica.com. It's adult stories.
Literotica.
Literotica.com. It's adult stories written by like amateur people that are pretty spicy and they're free and it's interesting.
What are the old ones? Penthouse letters? Penthouse forum? What were the old like penthouse ones? Ray, if you would know.
Yeah,
Penthouse, you said
Penthouse letters or forum?
I believe it was forum.
This would be just
forearm?
books. Not forearm. You'd get your forearm.
Okay.
A workout. What? 66% of people wouldn't care if they found out you danced with somebody else,
What? Oh my gosh.
assuming it wasn't a lap dance.
I had the best slide into my DMs this Saturday. Lady listener said she and her best friend were at Helen's and they would have hoped I would have been there. But they just went there for lunch. They had a party bus take them to Helen's. And I was like, I was gearing up. I was at Uptown Cheapskate, like getting ready to get a new thrifted outfit to go up to Helen's and finally dance with some damn chicks. I told Tim, I go, might not come home tonight. And then I found out they were there just to have lunch. I was like, gosh, damn it. Because the 80s band was playing. I got invited by some random girls. I was ready to frickin' go. And then they weren't there. And so I just stayed home on Saturday. But I would have been dancing with everybody at Helen's.
Thank God he didn't show up.
I know.
That would have been sad.
It would have been a sad time. I mean, I would have stayed.
You'd had
but-
your party dress on. Would Tim be upset if he saw another guy dancing with you?
No, he has seen everybody dance with me.
What about a random
I'm talking random
I'm sure he's
strangers.
seen
He doesn't.
somebody he knows.
If he doesn't want to dance, he knows I love dancing. So I will go out and yes, some rando, will come up and dance. And as long as the guy isn't getting handsy and inappropriate, like who gives a crap?
Yeah, if they're not doing like the lambada, the forbidden dance. We know the lambada.
Oh, yes.
Yes, we do.
The forbidden dance. Would you be upset if Mallory was dancing with somebody?
Now, if she wanted to dance and I didn't want to, yeah, I think
Good.
she learns on it. As long as there's no weirdness or handsiness.
What
as long
if
as
you
you're
just
not
handed her off
making,
and said, take her for a spin?
What?
How many people were upset by this,
as
by
long
the
as
way?
you're not making her uncomfortable, you're not making me uncomfortable.
66% of people would not care.
That's
Which means-
interesting to me
which
because
means
that is a form of
34%.
flirting, in my opinion.
34% would care.
But so much more people were upset about flirting than someone coming up and like dancing all up on your spouse.
Well, it depends on what kind of dancing. Again, if it's a lap dance, yes, I would have a problem.
I'm not saying a
with
lap dance, but let's just assume it's not a waltz. We don't live in a waltz world anymore. So it's probably going to be, some gyration. There's going to be some spinning and twirling going on, or a slow dance, which to me is even possibly more intimate. When we were at Stovall's Grove, we danced with some different people. Some, I don't know, some old guy and his wife, like, started pulling people out of our table, and Tina was dancing with him. I was dancing with his wife, and we were having but I'm like, to me, that is a form of, like, flirting, right?
Oh, I don't know.
It's expression to me. I love.
It is, but it's just like, it's
Touching
also just like harmless to me. It's just like, yeah, you're just having fun with people. Like,
that's what I think dancing.
And if you're not going to get out there and dance, that's on you, dude.
I don't even put that up on the flirting level.
But we're also never going to be in a scenario where she's being asked to dance in an inappropriate fashion. Like we're just not at that point in our lives. We're not going to those types of places. And she and I are on like such a perfect matched wavelength that like I'm just not. I'm not worried. I'm not worried about anything.
That's good.
I'm fully trusting. We're vibed. Now, has my life always been like that? Definitely not. But she and I are cool. She ain't gonna put herself in a situation. And you know what? And if she's uncomfortable, she'll kick your ass before I even get a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Mallory don't fool around.
What if a buddy kissed her on the nape of the neck?
Oh,
Dude,
behind.
I'll hear about it with that guy's gonna come over with a black eye and go, guess what your wife did?
Yeah.
Hit me after I kissed her on the neck.
From behind. So weird, man.
Well, got what you deserve, I guess, dude.
The only thing that I get upset about, because Tina and I are very open about, like, if we think someone's hot, we'll be in a restaurant and she'll be like, hey, they'll be like, look at this couple over here. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Slide over there, see what they're into. We'll joke around about it and, like, admit to each other when we find other people attractive, or if we, have little mini crushes on people. Be like, oh, yeah, I like that person. Because sometimes it's nice to have someone have a crush on you or have someone, like, look at you in that way. And we're pretty open about that. The only time I get upset is if it's not reciprocated from her and somebody's being, like, weird. Then I turn into a psychopath. Like, if, there was, a guy at a meet and greet that grabbed her boob, 3 times. Touched her, excited, kept touching her. She asked him to stop. Second time, put his hand on her.
Oh, my God.
And then I was,
Yeah,
I had to go over there.
An uppercut's
Well, I had to be
acceptable.
like, hey, man, ain't going to be a third. So you decide how this ends for you.
Right.
And I don't think, I couldn't tell if the guy was using it felt like he was copping a feel. It felt like he was using, he's like, oh, sorry, I'm just excited. And I'm like, nah,
bro.
you were excited the first time. The second and third grades, you're
being a pervert.
You were trying to do it. And then, then I turn into a completely different animal. But that's the only time, is if I feel like, if I see her flirting and someone's flirting back and it seems reciprocal, that doesn't bother me at all.
Facial hair can easily influence a woman's perception of a guy.
Mm-hmm.
This is always so fascinating.
Whether
because
they're
it changes.
clean shaven or rocking, a lumberjack stash.
Pencil mustache.
This always
John
changes
Waters.
every couple of years. And
It changes with the jeans popularity. Like right now, lowriders are coming back in. So I think.
All right. Well, so researchers showed women 10 men at different stages of facial hair growth. Clean shaven, you got your light stubble, you got your heavy stubble, and you got your fully bearded.
Mm-hmm.
So what won out? Clean shaven, light stubble, heavy stubble, fully bearded.
Dude, 7 to 10 years ago, we did this. We talked about this, and at that time, bearded was the most sexy.
Wow.
And why? Because at the time, there wasn't a lot of beards going on. I feel like it has to have swung by now.
What
because
is your?
No.
Everybody is.
I've been trying to
so-
wait this beard thing out 10
Everybody
years.
is
We're
so
gonna go
bearded.
around the room. What do you think women say now?
Light stubble
Light stubble.
is number one.
Learn. How do you think this went? What is the most attractive facial hair for men?
I'm going to go full beard because the light and kind of medium stubble was in a couple years ago, and I'm going full beard, like
Full
groomed
beard.
good beard. Yeah.
Well kempt. I don't think
So there's-
I don't think make Facebook videos in your truck beards are
Right.
going to win, but I
Okay.
think a nice.
True dat.
Here are the options. I'm going to give you the options again. Clean shaven, light stubble, heavy stubble, fully bearded. You say what, Learn?
Full beard.
Full beard.
I'm going to say full beard under the caveat that it's well kept.
Full beard.
Dang.
Scott.
Yeah, I'm going to say just from all the compliments I get every day right now, I'm going full beard.
Full beard. And you said what?
I said light stubble.
Light stubble. I'll let you guys know after the break.
Boo.
Oh.
I'll have a full beard by then.
Me too.
And I'll have a patchy pube-like beard by then. Where'd that rank?
Somebody is triggered.
0 people. 8:52. Monday, traffic and weather moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Right lane blocked, right-hand shoulder blocked due to a crash. 70 eastbound just before Earth City Expressway. Further south, we got a right lane blocked and a right-hand shoulder blocked due to a stolen vehicle. 270 northbound just after 44. Your point forecast, partly cloudy, breezy, and mild. High of 62 right now. It is 40 at the Point Studio.
Mardi Gras was on Saturday. I didn't hear about any arrests.
Nor did I.
Usually we get the numbers. Like, 25 people arrested at Mardi Gras in Soulard. I didn't see anything on any of the local sites.
Maybe it was really peaceful this
Maybe
year.
nobody got arrested.
There was some fighting. I saw on like a Reddit feed.
But that doesn't mean there were arrests.
Sure. I think they just swamp justiced
It
themselves.
could have been like a get out of here kind of thing. Like a get. A get.
Dong.
Maybe 0 arrests. Are we calming down?
What year? Nope. Okay, this was a different year.
2025. Maybe somebody's got the numbers.
28 this year, 28,
Wait, 28?
23. No, I'm going through the years. 19 was 28. 2020 was, looks like 27 arrests.
Okay.
I'm not seeing it here, Lloyd. I'm seeing nothing for 2025. I'm going to take that as good news.
Maybe no people were arrested.
We were totally perfect and
Show me
well-mannered.
2 underage drinkers. No, not seeing any of that.
Oh, you know,
Public urination. No.
You know who used to do this for us? Riverfront Times.
Yeah.
Riverfront Times
No
used to give us
RFT,
the
no
numbers.
numbers.
Yeah.
Well, they were good at something.
Yeah, there's no police blotter.
Nothing.
There's no article.
Well, somebody's got to know.
Somebody had to have been
Somebody,
arrested.
yeah.
Come
if you
on.
were arrested, let us know. There can't be nobody.
Use your one phone call to call into the studio.
What?
Yeah, look, here's an article, and it's Mardi Gras arrests and charges, the official count.
Yeah,
This
that's
was
what
the
I look
article that
forward
would
to every
come
year.
out.
The
And,
official count.
Look at this, dude. 2009, 116.
Different times. 68 minor in possession of alcohol.
17,
I'm impressed.
17
urinating in
urinating in
public.
public. Which they're letting go most of those. So like the 17 were the ones that were like not caring at all. Like doing it on the cop cars, like on the tires.
Wow. That was 09?
Well, this is 09, yeah, the days of old.
09. Are we just not reporting them because we don't want to look bad? I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, it did. Like I said, it did go down. So, for 116 in 2009, and 10 years later, we only had 28.
Yeah, but with the hundreds of thousands of people down at Soulard, alcohol flowing like water, no arrests,
Impossible.
or even 23 arrests, impossible.
Impossible.
Yeah.
Impossible. They're greatly undercounting.
I mean, they
or
have
not giving us the whole picture.
like the on-site cell thing where they could arrest people, put them in that little trailer before they drive them off.
I don't know. All right, so before the break, women find what kind of facial hair most attractive on men? Or maybe no facial hair. Clean shaven, light stubble, heavy stubble, fully bearded. Moon, you said light stubble?
Light stubble. Show me light stubble.
Learn said full beard. Rafe said full beard. Scott said full beard.
Yep.
And you are all incorrect.
Heavy stubble, huh?
Heavy stubble. The research is spoken, and it turns out that heavy stubble is the kind of facial hair women find most attractive. Yep. They asked us, so they showed women different stages of facial hair growth on 10 different men, clean shaven, light stubble, heavy stubble, and full bearded. They asked participants to rate each for attractiveness, masculinity, health, and parenting ability. Women ranked the heavy stubble as the most attractive. Heavy stubble as in 10 days of heavy stubble. 10 days of not shaving. That is the heavy stubble.
That'd be a
They're talking
light
about.
beard. For most guys, I mean, for me, it's sad, but for most guys, I think it's like a light beard, right? Like if Moon didn't shave for 10 days, I feel like he's going to have, you too.
That's a beard.
That's a beard.
Yeah.
Damn near.
I guess the average man.
I feel like heavy stubble is the kept beard. They're just calling it something else.
The least attractive type was light stubble.
Nice.
Light stubble was the least attractive that women found.
Not last.
So congratulations, Rafe.
Nice.
Not last.
Yeah, you're light stubble. You're light stubbling right now.
Right now, but usually I'm pretty clean shaven.
Like you're light stubble right now.
My light stubble, though, is like sad. My light stubble is like prepubescent. It's not good.
How long have you been growing this out?
This is about 7 months.
Oh my gosh.
That's incredible.
I shaved probably last Sunday, so this is a week.
Whoa.
Does it
That's
come in
sad.
strong on the neck?
No, that's not sad. That's great, dude.
It's crazy.
This is Saturday night.
I know. You're like
And I
Homer
already have
Simpson,
to
dude. When you shave, it just comes in right behind the razor.
Yeah, and I got to do something about it. Like, I mean, if I'm not planning on it, it's the Kurt Warner thing.
Yeah. I'm a pretty baby face boy.
Well, congratulations to heavy stubble dudes. You are the most attractive, according to research. All right, let's put a capper on Sex Time Fun Facts. Rafe and this week's Misconnections.
Yes, Rafe Does Relationships offers you St. Louis Misconnections. So you want to do them?
Yeah, let's do something.
Okay, no fanfare there.
Misconnections.
Thank you. There we go. That's professional. We call that a drop here in the business. Actually, I don't know what it's called. I'm not from this business. First up, Hot Wheels collector. I watched you as you filled your cart. I wondered how you knew what to buy and when to get there and when they broke out the new cases. Ooh, if only I knew. Please teach me. I can be very grateful.
Oh.
And where was this?
Tear
at?
emoji. It does not say.
But this is somewhere in the St. Louis area.
Somewhere in the St. Louis area. That said, I believe it was a Walmart.
That you bought a Hot
It just
Wheel
says Hot Wheels collector Walmart. It doesn't say which one. So
Say the age?
if you were
7, if you're 7 years
7-year-old.
yeah, I hope it's. I can be. Let me read it like that. I watched you as you filled your cart.
Oh, no, don't do that.
Okay, no, all right.
Okay, next.
So if you were an of age consenting Hot Wheel collector, someone
At
had
a
their eye on
Walmart.
you at any Walmart.
Are there adult Hot Wheel collectors?
Yeah,
sure.
There's big
Oh,
money
yeah.
in that still.
There
Well, not big money,
is?
but there's
I
money
knew
in
somebody
it.
had like a room in their basement and had all this stuff, and apparently it was worth thousands and thousands.
But
me see
old
if
ones,
there
not
was a-
new ones, right?
I would
Yeah,
assume.
they come out with new ones that'll, limited edition. They'll put them in random stores. And
What losers.
Let me take a little peek here.
All collectors are losers, to
Right?
you.
Yeah.
Learn, yes.
Yes, I'm nodding.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
All collectors are losers to you
No.
because baseball cards are back.
I
All my buddies talk about it, and we're talking dudes in their 40s, and and a couple of them have kids, a couple of them don't. They're baseball card trading and selling and buying and grading like nobody's business. It's big business. It's back.
grade me, daddy.
Okay, are they doing it the
Some
quote-unquote investment?
some are doing it for the fun and the investment aspect, and some are doing it because it's like it's a fun collectible from their childhood that still means something. It keeps them in the game.
Nerds.
And I will admit, I've bought one fairly
Of course
recently.
if you were to take a guess as to which one of us in this room bought a Hot Wheels recently.
But I think you'll like
we
mine.
know.
I got the Aaron Wheels. He's the fella that does all the cool stunts in a wheelchair, but it's a little wheelchair one of his wheelchair setup.
And that
I
is-
had to get it. I saw it at the store. I'm like, I might as well
Isn't that the
invest.
311 bass player?
What?
Aaron Wheels. He's on.
So you got a Hot Wheels chair, is what you got.
Yes.
The hover round,
Next.
not the Barracuda. And I went back and looked at the actual article to make sure I wasn't wrong. Because sometimes I do love how either uber specific or ultra vague these are. Didn't say where, just Hot Wheels collector. All right, next up, beautiful smile, Olive Garden, Bridgeton, St. Charles Rock Road near 270.
Nice.
Very specific.
Olive Garden, Bridgeton, Rock Road, and 270.
Listen
Go.
up. If you work there, listen up. Tuesday evening, 22525. Loved your infectious smile. You seem to be an incredible server. Hope to know you better. And maybe if things go well, you can try my unlimited breadstick.
Oh, my.
Wink,
What?
wink.
By the way, did you ever go to Olive Garden and do the tour to Italy?
No, still have never been to Olive Garden.
We need to do that.
I'm on a low carb thing right now.
Well, after that's over, we're getting you an unlimited
After Point
breadstick.
Fest.
This guy took When You're Here, Your Family to a whole new level.
So waitress.
I'm assuming server. Just says server.
Okay,
Doesn't
could
say
be
waitress.
Dude, could be dude. Could be dude.
Just says, loved your infectious smile. You seem to be an incredible server. Hope to get to know you better and give you my unlimited breadstick. Wink, wink.
Man, you need to be a bit more specific. How does that server know you're talking about them?
That's a good, you know.
I'm incredible server. No,
I have
I'm
an
an incredible.
infectious smile. I have 3 cold sores.
That's right.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
That's a beautiful, infectious smile.
Yeah, that is infectious, yes.
So,
Calling
yeah.
all confident servers.
I don't know, Bridgeton, yeah. St. Louis, consider this your call out. Be a little more specific in your misconnections, okay?
Yeah.
We're trying to help you people here. We're trying to make these connections happen. Here's a specific one for you. South City Aldi, St. Louis. Don't know why I didn't get your name. You were so damned easy to talk to. Too easy. Got me flustered, and I started dropping everything everywhere. It was out of hand. Many workers had to come help. Typical. Like a meet cute, but if anything wasn't cute, or if anything was cute, it wasn't me. 'Twas you. And yes, they put
Twas?
T apostrophe. 'Twas you.
This is at the South County Aldi.
South City Aldi.
South City.
I'm assuming that's probably the one on Gravois, which is near my house.
I don't like when people use old-timey language in their...
Yeah, it's very milady.
Yeah,
It's got
I
a
don't
milady
like
vibe to it.
twas.
Or a milord. But they were self-deprecating. Said that they were flustered. They started dropping stuff everywhere. And they got nervous. And they
this
feel like
from
they didn't
a-
make a good first impression.
Is this a lady writing this?
It does not say. South City Aldi. That's what I'm saying. Like, you guys got to start being a little more specific. Like, I love all the gender-neutral stuff, but you're not helping the people listening.
Yeah, we want to connect you
Like,
guys.
or give a description, like guy in blue jacket, something.
Something.
Like you're really, if you're going to throw out a prayer like this, like specifics in prayer
We're
help.
trying to make at least one connection.
Right.
Got me flustered. So if you're at South City Aldi, you started chatting someone up, guy, girl, we don't know. They got a little flustered, started dropping cans of pork and beans rolling all over the floor.
Yeah,
And-
generic Aldi brand.
Yeah, Tom's pickles were rolling all over the floor, or Gordon's chips. Then you, this person wants to get to know you better and make a. And it says, it also says, until next time. At the end. Beautiful.
Okay.
Here's a. This is also oddly specific and not. Mardi Gras.
Okay.
We had a Mardi Gras misconnection, guys. If the muscular guy I was talking to sees this email, first of all, not an email, you put it on Craigslist, so I'm guessing this is an older person. If the muscular guy I was talking to sees this email, we were near Allen Street. I'm the guy with the cowboy hat. Let's watch a movie. Kisses.
Okay.
Let's watch a movie.
Let's
so,
watch a movie.
I don't know if that's code, or maybe you guys had a conversation about movies.
I
or
bet you they were chatting movies.
Do you like westerns?
Yeah.
I love westerns.
Yeah,
Right
I
up
feel
his
like
hat.
saying you're the person in a cowboy hat at St. Louis Mardi Gras isn't super descriptive.
I'm
by
gonna
the
email.
way.
I'm gonna email the internet and we'll get together.
There was a fella that had his whole ass out, and he was practically in the nude, walking around like a gorgeous Cupid.
You saw that?
I did.
Yeah, it was a fun day.
Dude, I got an ad for cargo shorts on my Instagram the other day with the zipper in the back.
Oh.
Where they're super streamlined, and it's like the guy's crack is hanging out, crack cleavage, while he's like zipping it up from behind, and I'm like, what?
Zipper in the
Why
back.
would you need
Dude, this
that?
show is making my algorithm
What?
real weird,
Zipper in
man.
the back, like crisscross.
Yes.
Like we're wearing it backwards.
I took a photo.
For access to
It's like the cargo shorts are really like slim and tight, So instead of having the zipper in the front, it's like super tight, and then the zipper's in the back.
What?
This makes no sense.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I guess if you have an emergency sitch where you need to get
That you can't pull your
gotta
pants
evacuate now.
Or the other way.
But you still got to pull.
Something's got to go in, something's got to come out. I
What?
don't know.
I don't understand
This is
this. Call me
impossible.
naive.
Well, sometimes
My arms
ladies'
don't-
pants are like that. Like we have zippers in the back sometimes.
All right, Rafe, one more.
But that's to conceal
The zipper.
the zipper.
did.
So we don't have the
Look.
the zipper wang,
Yeah,
which is
that's
so annoying.
That's fashion over function.
That's for gay things.
Here.
Gay, 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 gay.
Well, and that's okay. If
I took
it
a
is.
picture because I knew this was eventually going to come up on the show.
That's what you're getting served now?
We know that
Apparently.
this is a gay ad because of the buttocks cleavage, which is
That's just showing you how the
Very
zipper
nice.
operates.
Those are gay cargo shorts.
All right. Well,
One more.
all right. This is one I want to talk about because this time it's a couple. Couple in Walmart, Collinsville, Illinois. We're going to the Metro East for a little freaky deaky time. We were talking in the pet aisle. I sensed what one might call a certain vibe. If it was real, I'd love to get to know you both much, much better.
Okay.
What's the
Somebody's
vibe?
looking, I'm assuming like some kind of swinger vibe or some sort of, some sort of three-way vibe going on here.
Okay, so Collinsville,
Walmart,
pet aisle.
Yeah, in the pet aisle. So I don't know, you know.
Do we have a time on this, like a date?
The date was, let me look. Because I can look that up. Couple in Walmart, March 2nd.
Yesterday.
These are fresh, dude.
Yesterday.
I went through these last night. These are freshies. These are all pretty fresh.
Collinsville Walmart pet aisle yesterday.
Yesterday, Collinsville Walmart pet aisle.
Putting
Were
in a
you
vibe.
vibing for the Devil's Three-Way?
Oh.
Were you vibing with somebody in the pet aisle over some fancy feast?
Okay, so our writer, were they alone or were they with somebody?
Says they were alone.
Okay, and the person they're talking about,
Because it says, I'd love to get to know you better, not we'd love.
I wonder if the vibe was like what pet are they shopping for? Reptile, hamster,
Rabbit?
bird, rabbit,
Maybe.
cat.
oh man, I'd like to see this one happen.
Yeah, me too.
This is the one I'm rooting for. Because you're really throwing up a big request here. This isn't just finding love. This is thruple territory.
Hey, listen, if you were at the Walmart in Collinsville yesterday, in the pet aisle,
At all. I want to know.
you hit up Craigslist, a misconnection.
And if you have a misconnection, just send it to our show.
Yeah, please.
You can skip the line if you want. Just send us something, but be specific. We want to help you.
Email us, rizshow1057thepoint.com, and we'll try to get a connection going. We'll take a break. We'll come back. You know what? We got time for one more thing. King Scott,
Yes, sir.
headline goo next, okay?
All right,
Tell
fantastic.
some jokes. It's 9:19. It's Monday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Looks like we just have a right lane blocked due to a stalled vehicle 270 southbound just after Doherty Ferry. Your point forecast, partly cloudy, breezy, and mild. High of 62. Right now it's 46 at the Point Studio.
Tomorrow's Fat Tuesday, and then Ash Wednesday, and we're in the Lent season, so fish fries.
Oh yeah.
We're in fish fry season.
Daylight saving time this Sunday.
Daylight saving time this Sunday, which is nice.
A lot happening.
A lot happening. There's a lot happening today, too. So today is, we talked about this before, National Anthem Day. Today is Talk in Third Person Day, which I don't want you to do. Riz knows you could talk in the third person. We don't want that. Today's Canadian Bacon Day. Okay. Mulled Wine Day. Okay. Anybody ever have mulled wine?
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
when that's when you heat up your wine. Like
Oh, mulled.
Mulled.
I thought you were saying mold wine.
Mulled.
yes.
Mulled.
Never heard of that.
MULLED. You heat and spice up your red wine today. Load it
Like a
up with
Christmas
fruit.
thing, I thought.
Well, it's a March 3rd thing.
Do you put
That's
cinnamon
odd.
in it or something?
You could.
All right.
You could. Today is I Want You to Be Happy Day.
Oh, man. And also with you.
Yeah, good luck.
Today encourages us to do something that makes others happy. It could be a simple smile that makes somebody's day.
Hey.
Thank you. Thank you for that. That hurt. That was
Thanks,
painful.
I have cocoa nibs in my teeth, so I apologize for what you just saw.
Today is World Wildlife Day, okay? And also today is, and this is true, this is What If Cats and Dogs Had Opposable Thumbs Day.
Oh, what a world it would be.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, we'd be training them to do all sorts of things.
Oh, my God. First of all, they'd clean their crap up in the backyard, I'll tell you that.
I'd be like,
Hey,
hey,
man.
Right now, pick it up.
the sink is full, radio.
Pick it up.
You know, Maine Coons, I think, do have a little thumb. I'm just saying.
Not opposable
They need to do
thumbs.
something.
Well, they have some sort of little cat thumb that I like. Right? What is it called?
Is that where they hitchhike all the time?
Cat with
They could get their own food, clean up their own mess.
Cat thumbs.
Be a different world.
Polydactyl cat.
It would be pretty sweet if I gave Bo a treat and he was just like,
Thumbs up.
gave me the thumbs
Thanks,
up.
buddy.
Look at
Thanks,
this
Hoss.
adorable tabby cat giving you the thumbs up for the day that it's had. Let's just take a look. An adorable polydactyl.
All right, that's
Okay,
cute.
that's cool.
You're
That's
right.
pretty cool.
I didn't see it. Let me
Man,
see.
full on thumbs, though.
Okay.
Dude. You could really.
Opposable thumbs.
You would train them to do everything.
Yeah.
Be like, radio, sync. Radio, flush. I mean, like, there's a thousand things.
We would make our cats and dogs our slaves.
No, they're task animals.
You see a dog mowing a yard?
Yeah. Get out there and mow. I just said
you'd see a lot more dogs hitchhiking.
Clean
I
up
can
the
tell you
dog
that.
crap.
I'd pick them up, all of them. I'd pick every one of them up.
Scott,
Yes, sir.
let's do it.
What's going on in the news today?
All right, Scott's going to tell some jokes. Go ahead.
The 97th Academy Awards took place last night. Not to say it lasted forever, but I now know how Gene Hackman felt laying there dead for 2 weeks.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my goodness. How dare you, Scott?
Conan O'Brien did a wonderful job reminding us why we don't miss his talk show. Best Picture winner Nora was made for only $6 million, and it was seen by only 6 people. British scientists have created a banana that stays fresh for up to 24 hours after you peel it. And I mean, kids are dying from brain tumors, but hey, I'm glad we finally got this one solved. A FedEx cargo plane departed Newark, burst into flames, but the pilots decided to keep flying since option B was returning to Newark.
It's
Newark.
Newark. Newark.
Newark.
You've been there 100 times.
I know. Say it my way.
Not spreading the news.
A
Part of the
study
comment.
shows
Say it my
that
way.
that having kids slows down brain aging of parents. However, it greatly speeds up liver aging from all the vodka consumption.
Am I right, parents?
That's right.
A record for the largest polar bear dip was set by 2,461 people jumped into a lake in the Czech Republic. And this also set the record for the greatest concentration of shriveled testicles.
Shriveled test.
Shriveled.
Chelsea
Look at that
Handler,
one.
I got shriveled in Newark.
Chelsea has a new Netflix special this month. To make sure people watch it, she changed her name to Nikki Glazer.
Ah, I love them both.
Billy Joel fell on stage during a concert in Connecticut, but that's what you get when your pre-show ritual includes a bottle of white and a bottle of red. Russian chess legend Boris Spassky passed away at the age of 88, or as Death put it, checkmate. And finally, President Trump wants Pete Rose inducted into the Hall of Fame. And I bet it happens. And I know Pete would too. And may the goo be with you.
And also with Goo.
Hey, can I say something?
Yes, real quick. We got to take a break.
I did it.
What?
I paused Netflix,
Oh, you did?
and I didn't tell the
Welcome.
family.
Well, I'm not telling anybody.
I didn't tell the
That's
family,
awesome.
and I want to see how many days it takes for them to figure out that we
Well,
have
the
no
clock
more
starts
Netflix.
right now.
Well, that new Running Point show that Kate Hudson is in, I started
Terrible.
that this weekend. That's all right. It's a little campy.
I don't even
But you know
care.
what?
I don't even
if they're
care.
a Kate Hudson fan, they're going to be upset.
Okay.
You've got nothing for me, Netflix. Nothing.
Take that.
We're done
It is
here.
Filed for bankruptcy. All right, we got to take one final break. We'll come back, wrap her up. All right, make sure you check out the clip of the day brought to you by Michael's Flooring. Also, the podcast, which is brought to us by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Today's podcast is titled
Those are gay cargo shorts.
Gay Cargo Shorts. Rizzlympics event number 2 up there for your viewing pleasure at the Point YouTube page. Thanks to DraftKings at Casino Queen, and thanks to Whitmore Country Club for allowing us to do the second Rizzlympics event over there.
Triathlon.
All right, what else?
May 3rd, thepageant.com. Get your tickets to Can You Feel the Punk Tonight. We just added a few more songs, and I am freaking stoked. I was doing research while I was in Anaheim, and I went to Disneyland. It's the coolest research I've ever done.
Learn.
You can follow me at Learn Versus Radio. Thanks.
Rafe.
No notes. See you tomorrow.
King.
Follow me, King Scott Rules. Hugs.
All right, we leave you with a selection from our teamers. Remember, today brought to you by Hot Shots. From O'Fallon, Missouri, Bud Bauer is our teamers.
Yeah, Bud.
Bud, once you hear this song, here it is. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Energy up.